Détruire tout, c'est une obligation. Détruire tout. C'est une obligation.
Yo, 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 yo.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another round of the Red Alert 2 World Series.
Yo, yo, yo. The countdown was not a lie. The countdown was not a lie. We're here. We got the World Cup going. I got a bracket for you guys. Bracket not working. It's okay. I got a backup plan for that. Okay, I see the plan. I see the problem. What's up, guys? How we doing? World Cup action. You guys excited? Red Alert 2, that time of year. Best players in the world. Coming at you. We got some of the best. Some of the best in here today. We're running the whole Blitz event. So World Cup, we do regular Red Alert 2, we do Yuri's Revenge, and we do Blitz. Today we're doing Blitz, and we are doing the full event here today. So it's gonna be a busy day. Probably a couple hours of action. Got a handful of different maps. Is there a ticking? Is this in this song? Oh, there's multiple. Oh my gosh, there's so many songs just playing. Okay. Wow. I was really getting the action going. Two audio tracks to really get the hype going early on. It was a little chaotic. A bit chaotic. Okay, let's see if we figure this out. I'm looking for a layer called Canva. Where are you, Canva layer? Ah, there you are. Huh? Boom, there we go. The intro, I had a guy make that intro for me. I posted I wanted a background video like that. I wanted to post the full Red Alert 2 soundtrack on YouTube, create like an ambient background video for people. So that's what we went with. And now it's a cool warm-up screen as well. Getting two birds stoned at the same time. Let's see if we can find a tunnel where we won't lag today. What are you guys thinking? Is it a laggy kind of day? I hope it's not a laggy kind of day. I hope it's not a laggy kind of day. Yeah, so anyway, we're gonna run all these games today. We're running best of 5 games. We got Marco versus Drunk coming up first. Winner plays Osama. Then we got Cold versus Abdo. Winner plays Luke. Yeah, these are the top guys right now, the top active guys right now in Blitz. I think Osama. Yeah, it's hard to say. I think Osama. I have Osama seated as #1 right now. This is going to be a really interesting event. Elo wise, pull the Elos for you guys. Elo wise, Luke is the highest, and I think Luke's the most the winningest of this group. I think he has the most titles, but Osama has been beating Luke as of lately. Marco, you guys know Marco doesn't. You never really know. Marco probably hasn't played Blitz in months. It's hard to say where he's at, but he usually can make things happen. Then Drunken Master and Abdo. Drunk Master and Abdo, you know, kind of seen these guys come up the ranks throughout this year, coming over from Mental Omega top level players, and they've been doing work too. So those guys have been beating the best of them as well. They're just a little bit newer. I mean, they've been playing this full year, but newer in terms of compared to some of these guys like Osama, Marco, and Luke. Cold is the newest person in this group for sure, but he actually won. He won the most recent pro tournament we did. So with all things considered, I don't know. What do you know? How do you say? Luke, Elo favorite, Marco crowd favorite, Osama maybe most likely to win, Drunken Abdo capable of winning, and Cold is the most recent winner. So I think that's a recipe for some GGs. The problem is that we have so many players, which means we have so many people who have to not fuck things up for us here today. And the fact that Drunken Master is not confirming and the game starts in 1 minute is very, very concerning for me. We don't got much. What would be a good word for this? Resilience, I guess. Resilience towards resilience towards, well, let's put all the things in a category. Lag, players not showing up, things breaking, viewers being annoying. Whatever those things are all in a category of, we don't have a lot of resilience in terms of dealing with those things anymore. So we could be off to a very, very unfortunate start here with Drunken Master. Now officially 1 minute late. Okay. Snark, yo.
Oh,
How you doing, man?
how's it going?
We're already missing a player. Snark. We're off to a terrible, detrimental start.
That is unfortunate, but I mean, it's kind of like when you've got Christmas around the corner with a bunch of gifts and one of the gifts didn't arrive. It's not the end of the world if you get my meaning. We've got the biggest, most epic show tonight. I mean, dude.
Yeah. Presumably, I was just so excited to run all these things in one day. I wanted too much. I got greedy, Snark. How are we gonna get 6 people in here showing up on time? I should have known that wasn't gonna work.
6 entire human beings. Come on.
Yeah, I know. Let's see if we can get Abdo and Cold to play instead. Damn, I can't.
Start us off.
What's that?
Abdon Cold to start us off. I like that.
Yeah, I think we'll have to do that. Wow, I cannot believe this, man. Drunken Master. You can't, crazy. I gotta stop. You know, the thing is, I guess, you know, I don't know, Snark. Time after time, we meet in the booth under these conditions where some random person has dangled our fate and decided to ruin our day. What do you do, Snark? What do you do? What's the secret?
Again, I'm gonna be honest with you. I would feel like it's Christmas if it was just Luke Z, Osama, and Marco here. So, like, yeah, I'm disappointed Drunk's not here, but either way, this is gonna be epic. Like, I'm gonna be happy.
True. We can run a couple games. We can run a couple games. Damn. Wow. I just it's just crazy. Like right now, like right now he's somewhere in the world, like screwing all of us over. Like what do you think he's doing? More than likely sleeping, I guess. Saturday morning in America, 11 a.m. I don't know. It's a little late to be sleeping. Little late. All right. We'll see if we can get Cold and Abdo in here to get this game going. So Snark, what do you think? If assuming all these 5 people we're going to actually show up on time, 6 people, who do you think? Who do you think would be taking this home?
Well, let's have a quick look here. We've got the Jedi, who's gonna have to be like one of the top 3 picks here for taking it all. Osama, man, Osama is scary. And then you have the GOAT as well. No offense to Cold, Abdo, and Drunk. It's gonna have to be either Luke, Osama, or Marco. Out of these 3, you want me to make a decision?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, it's like asking me, would I prefer to go to Neptune, Mars, or Venus? Like, all of them would be freaking epic. Osama, Luke, or Marco? Oh, I'm gonna have to go with the GOAT. I'm gonna
You're
say
going with
it.
Marco?
I'm going with Marco.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Going.
well, if we give him a DQ versus Drunk's drunk ass, I guess he's already off to a good start. Yeah, I mean, Marco, it is so funny when you look at all of this. It's so tempting. Like each person has something going for him, and then Marco's just like he just usually wins. But you have to remember, Snark. Cold won that most recent Blitz tournament we did. Cold won that.
That is true.
So
Cold has been looking. Oh, he's been looking cold.
I mean, if Cold were to win this, it would be incredibly impressive based off the fact that he's 300 elo points behind Luke. But he definitely is the one. I think he has the most momentum at the moment. So it's kind of exciting to have this person who's so low in the group have the most momentum, I guess. But
I forgot about that win. That was an impressive win, wasn't it?
Yeah. It Cold is like dialed in. Yeah. So and Abdo and Drunk always plays so good. Osama has won the last couple Blitz events, and Marco's Marco, and Luke has the highest elo. Like you could really toss it up. I would not be surprised to see any of these players win today. Cold it's like wouldn't even be that crazy because again he just won that one. Anyway, I guess we will see here very shortly. It's gonna start off here with Cold versus Abdo.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. You just confused me. I'm like not sure about anything anymore. Everyone here is so freaking and Cold with that impressive win there. Drunk has been looking like a beast. Yeah, Luke with the highest elo, but Osama has been taking it all recently. I don't know, man. I just don't know. Listen, I'm gonna do the smart thing and I'm gonna grab myself like a bottle of water, a big vat of popcorn, and I'm gonna go pee right now because I'll be very pissed if I have to miss a single second of this event.
Oh shit, Drunk just got here. Okay, yeah. Go and then you got it. Yeah, a couple minutes. Okay. Okay, Drunk just got here. Okay. All right. 8 minutes behind schedule is actually 4 minutes ahead of schedule. To be honest, if you guys wanna find something to be excited about. Abdo was ready. Okay. All right. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. What do you think? What do you think about today? Can we stay positive? Can we keep our PMA pants on and stay positive? I'm not hopeful. I'm not hopeful. I am hopeful. I'm kidding. I'm very, very hopeful. Let's get these guys on the scoreboard. Marco in red. Drunk in yellow. Best of 5 to start things off here. Winner goes on to play Osama right after this. And then we're playing the other side of the bracket. You guys, we're running this whole bracket today. We're running the whole bracket today.
All right, you see, Ivor Drunk shows up in the end.
Oh my god! And now he's in the chat. This is like a Zed move. He's in the stream chat, but he's not in the lobby. Dude, I don't need your apologies in the live stream, Drunk. I need you in the lobby, ready to rock and roll, buddy. Come on now, come on.
Ivor, but you know why Drunk comes late, right?
Get the people going, get people excited.
No. He's literally getting wasted because that's when he's at his best.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's Saturday morning. He's got to like hair the dog. He's got to wake up. He's already hungover. You know, he was drinking last night, and now he's got to get wasted again. Actually, I didn't know. I just recently saw a clip. This is a reference to Drunken Master is it's a like kung fu movie. Did you know this?
Is it the one Jackie Chan plays in?
Yeah, and it's called. I think it's called The Drunken Master.
Yeah. Oh, and Jackie Chan is so cool in that movie. The way he fights everyone drunk, it's hilarious.
I know. I'd never seen that before. I just recently, saw that. Okay, Snark, do you think Worms Rules doesn't seem like the best movie? We got no one in the Middle East, but Worms Rules just kind of always works. Do we have another EU one that's been rolling hot lately? Maybe one of the Red Alert 2s?
Germany was working out for us for a bit.
The EU Fast Germany.
Yeah, that one was doing a decent job.
Okay, let's leg test this. Let's just in the World Cup we got to play it safe. Let's get a nice good clean leg test in. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Just a leg test. Cross your fingers.
Okay. Lag test.
All right, here we go, guys.
I'm just hyped. All right. Come on, smooth sailing. Let's see those dogs run.
Okay.
That was smooth. Did you see that deploy?
That was
there?
a smooth deploy, and you can look at the little blinking light on top of the MCV. These guys are identical right now. Perfectly timed speed. They got their APM in.
Yeah. These dogs are running. They're running. Good. All right. Drunk is happy with the speed, and
right.
Marco.
Stark,
yeah.
I'm so excited.
Oh boy.
Oh, here we go, boys.
Oh boy. All right. Oof.
Here we go, boys.
If I were a betting man. Ooh, I earlier said Marco to take it all, but I'm remembering some of Drunk's move. He's such a consistent, strong player. Doof streams says Snark plays versus Ed, but Snark is here. Yeah. Basically, I split myself in two and cloned myself.
Snark can be everywhere. Cool. The community needs him. It was a necessity. All right, guys. Here we go. Loading up. Red Alert 2 World Series action coming at you here. World Cup. It's that time of year. The end of the year. The best players on the best maps going at it for the crown. We are here playing Blitz today. Blitz is this smaller map mode, the game mode where you build oils for money. So we have 3 different game modes in the World Cup. We have Red Alert 2, Yuri's Revenge, and Blitz. Today is Blitz. We're running this bracket back to back right here, right now. Starting off with Marco, first Drunken Master. Winner goes on to play Osama. We got the 5 most popular Blitz maps throughout the year. The players voted on those. And we are here starting off on Gene Strike map. Middle of the map, there's a crate that spawns a battle fortress. Top crate is money, I think. Bottom crate is money. Other than that, fairly straightforward map. These bridges cannot be destroyed. You can go naval in the middle. So, Snark, in this first game here, Drunken Master versus Marco, who do you think's taking it home?
Well, again, I'm going to have to go with Marco. He is the GOAT, and there's a reason he has earned that nickname, consistently being one of the top players for the past 20 years, for the longest time, just dominating everyone, and he's still doing it nowadays. You say it's a fairly simple map, Ivor. There are so many options here. You could go crazy. There's naval, there's bottom, there's top, there's through the bridges, there's going at an X pattern, there's coming from 4 different directions at once. Anything can happen on this map, and I think that's why it was voted as one of the top maps this year.
Yeah, it's a spicy one. You know, this one I think it pulls some of the best Blitz maps. They pull the different components of other maps and they kind of combine them together. And this one, obviously, so much room for splits. As we see, Drunken Master already a little high-low action. He's got a couple tanks going at the oil on the top side. He's on the bottom side as well. You guys got a couple more seconds to type those predictions in. Type red or yellow in the chat to get your prediction in here. Yeah, I mean, you know, Marco for so long in Blitz, Marco he doesn't really grind quick match. He's not playing Blitz very often, but he comes in each month and he wins. He's won the most Blitz events of anyone else, and that shows obviously. And the other game modes as well. There's a reason we call him the GOAT. But you know, Blitz just keeps evolving, and Marco keeps not playing Blitz. And you got to think these players like Drunken Master, who are in here grinding on a daily basis, are going to be able to pull out some tactics that they don't expect. As I say that, Drunken Master just tucking into the turtle shell here, bringing these preemptive bunkers. Going to try to tech up, not what I'd expect to see from him.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, Marco hasn't moved these tanks at all. They're chilling, and you can see as they leave the war factory, they're just staying there. Drunken's been moving up, down, left, right, and literally nothing has happened. And it's funny, he's the one who's gonna he makes a naval yard before going lab. This means he's gonna try and control the water. Now, don't forget, look at that timer in the bottom right. That's when the next crate is gonna come, and there are 2 money crates in the water.
Oh, there's money crates in the water as well. So this timer is interesting. Now, here's another one, guys. This BF is very interesting that's going to spawn because it's Soviet versus Soviet. And Soviet versus Soviet, a Tesla Trooper BF is pretty spicy. So Marco gets the BF, both players in the water. Some money crates. Looks like Drunken Master got most of those money crates.
Indeed, if he puts like a Boris, a Desolator, and 3 Tesla Troopers in that battle fortresses, spicy is the right word. And look at Marco, he has squids.
Wait, what's a Desolator in the BF? Just to melt infantry?
I mean, it melts infantry and it does kind of decent damage versus tanks, but I would definitely go with the Tesla Troopers, although Desolators have the bigger range. 5 Desolators from a BF, which does amplify the attack and does amplify the range, is a pretty nifty thing, but you're gonna have to micro it more than a Tesla BF. Interesting choice. A Kirov out for Marco, Iron Curtain out for Marco, Drunken. Think he was kind of ahead on the build, but he doesn't have the IC out yet. Now he's coming in. Marco
gets the Kirov out. Drunken's going to try to go for it right into a lot of Desolators. Marco just so devastating with his Desolators in this position. Drunken has to give him a lot of respect there. The flak tracks have been scrambled to deal with this Kirov, and now an Iron Curtain out. Iron Curtain advantage and nuke advantage for Marco, and the naval yard going down. So Marco just took naval, has IC and nuke advantage. Looking pretty nice for Marco at the moment. And he's got a Desolator BF, which is always fun.
Absolutely, and that's one of the fun things about, you know, having BFs on a map like this where it's Soviet players. What does a Soviet player do with a single BF? Marco has one of those tanks drones. He's gonna keep losing tanks until he notices it. He did eliminate Drunken's naval yard with his Kirov, and he retreated with his Kirov. It has like 1 tick of health, but it's still alive, and now it looks like Drunken is gonna return the favor, taking out Marco's naval yard.
And Marco, Marco's slow on the anti-air here, and when I say slow, I mean he has none. He has 1 flak cannon. Big IC drone hit, but Drunken has a pretty big army on the top side. Loses, you know, that army back that got droned. Oof, yeah. What do we do?
Wow, and now Marco coming in with an army. Drunken still has a few rhinos drone there. Needs to be careful. No, I think he dealt with most of them, actually. But this Kirov, this could be very problematic for Marco. He still hasn't made any flak tracks. What is he doing?
He's going flak cannons, but Drunk has kind of skirted around him. And as this tank battle commenced on the top side, as that tank battle started, just to be clear, that they were about even on rhinos. Even after that devastating drone hit, Marco even those numbers out. This Kirov still uncontested, and Marco going flak cannons instead of flak tracks. You know, Marco must have been pretty heavily out tanked there for a moment. Offensive IC goes in, but he has to bounce out. Probably a good bounce out there to keep some of those tanks alive. The counterpunch could have been devastating, and maybe he's just focused on his Kirov, which took laps around Value Town there. Very nice.
Absolutely. The amount of value Drunk got out of that Kirov is huge. We're going to see Marco's economy shoot up. He doesn't have the war factories, but this means that Drunk's army is going to replenish just so much faster. Marco does have the next IC, but is it going to be enough? Marco gets that.
Yeah, Marco
gets that metal fortress again.
BF. Wait, Yuri clones. Oh, this is. They can't build Yuri clones. Never mind. Irrelevant.
No Yuri clones. I really would go for a Boris and some Tesla troopers there. Marco's decision to go purely Desolators is very questionable in my opinion.
And
Marco's not going to be able to push in here. I mean, he does have the IC.
Drunken decides to not deal with those drones. He is
Look at
drone.
these
Oof.
desolators.
Desolators melting tanks. Dives in, ICs the nuke, force shields the IC, and then deals with Marco's army. That was a nice defense there. But Kirov coming as well.
Yeah, actually, it was
nuke.
Marco who IC'd Drunken's.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh.
Drunk still has it. Drunk
Oh
still
no,
has it.
the Kirov.
Oh my god, this Kirov with 1 tick of health that survived the entire game, getting so much.
That was the Kirov from earlier? That was the
Yes.
1 tick Kirov? Wow.
Yeah. Click on it, you'll see it barely has any health.
So Marco, while attacking, was the one who IC'd that nuclear reactor. Okay, got it. That was funny.
Wow.
You look up there and you're like, oh, this isn't going so bad. All of a sudden, Kirov, nuke. That was...
Yeah, that's hilarious. And with that single offensive, Marco is so ahead right now. It doesn't even look possible for Drunk to get anything done anymore.
Yeah, Marco with a nice 3 War Factory lead, 10 tank advantage, up in oil, and up a dozen desolators. Yeah, and I think, having both super weapons, he's pretty comfortable sitting here for a moment. But yeah, things are only going to go from bad to worse.
Yeah, I mean, his Iron Curtain is ready. He's out War Factoring his opponent, like you said. He's making another Kirov. We saw how much value Marco could get with a single Kirov.
Yeah. So now
but he's Dread, uncontested.
Oh, Dreadnought. Okay, so the Kirov comes out. Looks like Marco's got a little bundle of drones. Maybe gonna try to IC drone the flak tracks. Yeah, the Kirov. The naval on this map's interesting because you can almost counter. I think you can counter anywhere from the land basically, and is able to there.
Yeah, Drunk can't push here at all, and now he ICs the drone to eliminate Marco's army, Drunken's army fully. This Dreadnought getting an oil and a War Factory, decent value there.
Yeah, it keeps pumping those, but there's...
Why is Marco chilling? Like, Ivor, is it just me, or could Marco, like, go in and end this?
Yeah, it's a bit interesting. Definitely choosing kind of the calculated move here, continuing to advance his position. But yeah, you kind of see him just like deflecting right now. The Dreadnoughts come out. He says, "Oh, I'll build some squids." I mean, to see the drones coming out and the desolators. But yeah, you got to think it's about hammer time. Maybe just waiting for one more IC, one more nuke.
Interesting IC on the Dreadnoughts there. He did get the squids off of them with the IC, but I very questionable in my opinion. There's flak tracks everywhere, flak cannons as well. Drunk is catching up on the War Factory numbers, but why is Marco so passive is what I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, it's not what you expect to see. And again, I think nukes can make you a little bit passive, but it's not what you expect to see from a player like Marco, who generally is playing like he's got somewhere to be big nuke hit. Yeah, big nuke hit.
You're gonna see Drunk go completely broke now. He just lost a huge bunch of oils. He does not have the oil to support his production anymore. And now Marco doesn't even have to try. He could drive over Desolation. He could do whatever he likes. This game is over.
Yeah, and you know Marco, even though he's been doing this for 15 years, and we think of him as kind of a cold-blooded, calculated player, he's not immune to shenanigans and mind games. And I think to come in here and have one of these games where instead of smashing it down Drunk's throat and letting Drunk kind of go down swinging, kind of beating him into submission with the nukes and countering some of his attacks. It does really set his momentum for the rest of the series. Just kind of saying, like, try whatever you want. It's not going to work against me, is what Marco's saying. But the series still has a long ways to go. Soviet versus Soviet, you almost always see the higher-rated ELO player take it home. When we get over to Allied versus Soviet, I think that's where we're going to see Drunken Master be able to open up a little bit with some more of his Blitz tactics. This is where Marco's most comfortable, SVS. So I got hope for Drunken Master giving us a good series here.
Yeah, again, it's interesting. You were talking about the mind games, and I mean, at this point, Marco could just throw his tanks away, wave after wave. It's not gonna matter. Yeah. And he's chilling at his base. He's standing back. He wants to win him with a BF.
He wants Drunk to resign, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it's yeah.
Look, he's like moving desolators as if it's still an even game. He's like positioning and moving and calculating. Wow. What a first game. Holy moly.
All right, SVS down, one on the board for Marco. Connor and Bear with the subs. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. New followers. Thanks as well, guys. Thanks everyone for tuning in here for the World Cup. Plenty of action coming at you here today. And if you guys just getting here, this is where we're at. The first game of the day. We got a lot more to come. So stick around. Stay tuned. More action coming at you here. It's 1-0, and that's the first point of the first match. It's a marathon today, boys. Let's get it going. Point number 2.
Dude, talk about a marathon. If all games are as good as that game, dude, I'm not going to sleep tonight, and it's late.
Yeah, I forget the time change. The recent time change in America, I think, messes with, like, this is an hour later than I normally stream for you, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's, yeah, that kind of messes with things. The time changes are so stupid. I can't believe we still do that in this world we live in. Like, of all the stupid things that go on in the world, like, everyone has to set their clock an hour. It's like, well, literally, what are you talking about? So AVA, yeah, and oh shit, this isn't the right shit.
Oh yeah, it's a different map for AVA, isn't it?
Battle control terminated.
Is literally as soon as I go off cuff for 10 seconds, I mess up. As soon for 2 seconds, yeah, time change is crazy, mess everything up. Like literally, like God, unbelievable.
Oh god.
Okay, so we have different maps for each faction matchup here today.
Matchup. Yeah. Oh, the path more traveled for AVA.
This is a spicy one, Snark. This is a spicy one.
I like that, because when this was the map of the month, this was the SVA map.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, so this month, so thanks to Polye, big shout out to Polye, the master map maker. We had so many maps this year, more than one a month. Some months we were having 4 or 5 maps. So a lot of new maps this month, but basically we had all the World Cup players vote on their top 4 favorite ones, and then we assign them. So we have 1 SVS, 1 AVA. Then for the AVS, we'll play the same map twice to keep it even, and then we have a match point map as well where the players can pick their own faction. So this is our AVA map, and this is one where you can definitely see a kind of both players, you know, DMZ lines along Eagle battles. I wonder if that's in Drunk's best interest, though. I wonder if it's not better for Drunk to maybe try to go a little aggro or something. He's sitting back and trying to win, like, Bob the Builder wars against Marco. I don't like that strategy. I don't like the strategy of trying to outbuild Marco.
Yeah, Marco is so good at defense. He's probably the best, if not one of the best players at playing defense. And we're seeing Drunk take your advice to heart here, as he brings in some Grizzlies. Look at Marco just chilling. He's like, oh, I'm under attack. Oh, okay, all right. I'll react. I'll respond.
GGI IFVs from Marco. And this isn't what you expect from Marco. Marco the one playing with more toys. Usually Marco's the kind of little more game theory optimal player here. So a few GGI IFVs out. Obviously those can pay dividends into the mid game in AVA. You're going to need the anti-air as well, so it's not a bad move. And Drunken, yeah, just going to bounce around. And he does get that power plant. That's tremendous value early on.
Yeah, Marco a little bit slow to respond there. Could be concerning here. Now, Drunken seeing these 4 GGIs isn't going to go for Eagles early on. He's going to go for Rocketeers instead, which are more flexible. You know, the last thing you want is to spend $5,000 on 4 Eagles and then have them all shot down by GGIs.
Yeah, and so yeah, the allied anti-air, yeah, better at things like Eagles, and going to be a little worse against these Rockies. Does throw them right in here. Oof. And Marco ends up being the one. Marco, wow. And both players kind of speaks to these guys as players right there. Marco baited Drunk into that with that perfect Prism Tower counter, but then Marco overcommitted to the counterpunch with his tanks in the open field. And wow, nice little blow for blow. And Drunk gonna dive on the oil here. He gonna pay his army.
Yeah, I don't know about that dive there. That cost him, but he did get an oil, which is nice value. On the other hand, Marco did get Drunken's AFC with his 3 Eagle snipe there.
Marco took out Drunk's AFC. Marco. So Marco with the early Eagles. Now, if any of you guys who are a little bit newer, the Blitz game mode now has been played competitively for... with 2 Eagles on the pad! Oh, that's devastating.
Painful.
That's, it's got to be the beginning of the end. No, I'm speaking too soon.
No,
He's got
no, Joe. Look at Drunken's money. right? He didn't lose the power plants. He didn't lose the oil. He's in a great position economically. He could spam Rocketeers all day long. He could like make 3 barracks now and just have such Rocketeer numbers that Marco will never be able to push in. But Marco with 2 AFCs, 5 Eagles.
Yeah, the 2 Eagles on. I feel like the two Eagles idling on the pad when they get blasted in the face. I feel like that's like a morale kick to the nuts. Like, how do you? Oh God, he got that one off. Oh, he's gonna lose
Look,
another.
2 more Eagles coming in. Oh my God, Marco! Look at that control with those Eagles. Did you see how he was like flying around and dodging everything and still getting both AFCs with 1 hit?
Holy shit, Marco is looking nasty right now. That was. Dude, Marco is like, I did not expect this. I did not expect this, especially in 8. Marco just kind of dismantling Drunken Master, especially because like Drunk's on the ground getting value. He takes out both corner techs, and that's why I think it's so frustrating for Drunk right now, because he's like, wait a second, I have map control. Like you know, like what the heck? And now Marco in with the Mirage tanks.
I mean, Drunk is traumatized. Look how many IFVs he made.
Traumatized. Yeah, traumatized is the word. Now on this map, you got to think a straight line of Patriot missiles. They can't fly around the map. A straight line of Patriot missiles, you got to think is the move, especially when you have the money for it for Drunken Master. Because trying to chase around Marco's Eagles clearly is not working. Tough though, tough. Marco, you know, like you said, Drunk's in a great financial position. Crazier things have happened, but he's gonna have to try to find a way to get some offensive value. Ooh,
Oh,
Marco
Marco
now,
just lifts those Eagles up, but can he
save
control
them?
them?
Oh. So any of you guys, if you guys ever get in a situation like this, if your Eagles don't have a home, they immediately self-destruct. So you got to send them across the map while you build them a new home. That's the idea.
Indeed, I don't like them both being on 1 war factory still, and I don't like the fact that they both don't have super weapons yet. Drunk has 12k in the bank. He definitely should be making super weapons, and I want to see more production out of him. His advantage was that he got an oil early on, you know, whatever. He has the money, and he has so much money, and he makes me an ore purifier? Like, why is he doing that when he has this economy advantage? He should be making another war factory, more barracks, spam those Rocketeers, make some super weapons. He's still making Patriots and an ore purifier. Marco adds with a Chronosphere. That's going to be huge later on.
Yeah, and especially because I think that it was so important for Drunken Master to try to find an offensive edge, and that could have been done with a Chronosphere or with a Rocky spam behind a gap or something like that, something a little unexpected. Try to get a little teeth to his fight here, and I think he's just kind of missing windows of opportunity. He's just trying to kind of do it the old-fashioned way, rock and roll, and I don't see that working. These
prism
tanks. It's going to come down to this Prism Tank micro. Prism Tank's a bit out of position.
Wow, Marco's defense, perfection right there. Perfection.
Yeah.
Could not push through. Those BFs did the work. The Patriot missiles kept getting value, and Marco's positioning of those Rocketeers was masterful.
Melichit guy, you just download the game, you're getting back into it. Hey, happy to hear it, man. RA to the moon, that's what it's all about. More people watching, playing, and streaming this beautiful game. And if you guys want to get into it, redalert2.com, check it out. Go to that website. You can learn how to download and play the game. Join the Discord where you can sign up for the tournaments. We got an event for new and returning players every month. You can hop in there with other newbies and get some good games in. Come join the fun. All right, so Drunken Master going to try to rinse and repeat here. He's got a ton of Prism tanks. If he can support these Prism tanks...
Oh, and he gave him an elite, and now he's splitting at the top as well. So this is going to be interesting. He is retreating with the Prism tanks because he can't face that army. At the top, that's why IFVs.
What is this little side quest? 1 Prism tank and 3 IFVs? I like that.
A war factory worked out for him, didn't it?
And just kind of bulldozing with the BFs into the Prism tanks, using the BFs as shields here. These kind of AVA engagements like this they require so much micro to get the Rockies out in front and deal with your IFVs to support. And the Rockies get a little bit out of position there. And Drunken Master going to continue to push. Well, does he? Elite Prism. The Elite Prism.
Marco needs his own Rocketeers in this fight. Although he doesn't, I mean, he survives. He's alive. He has both super weapons. He has more prisms coming out. He needs these Rocketeers to help him out. I don't know why Marco's Rocketeers are chilling at the moment. On the back end, Drunken, 4 war factories, multiple barracks.
All I cared about was that Elite Prism, and it got destroyed, and that just really hurt me. Yeah, what do we see
Chronosphere
on the
ready
back?
for Marco.
Even
Chronosphere ready for Marco.
Even War Factories, Chronosphere for Marco. Snark, I think we got to get rid of gap generators. I like these guys are playing a gentleman's game. No gap generators. I think we get rid of them. Let people hang and bang. Prism tanks in. MCV sniped. Eagles get a hit. Oh, they both chrono. They both chrono. They're in each other's bases. Marco's going AFK because he's in his own base. Drunken loses his MCV. Marco loses his MCV. But Snark, Drunken has a service depot. Did the tides just turn? Is this in Drunken's favor now? Wait, Snark? I lose Snark in this moment? No. In this critical moment? Is there a worse moment that I could have lost Snark on audio? Oh my god, and now Drunk brings out the MCV. Oh, I can't believe Snark's not... Snark, can you hear me?
Yeah. I lost you for a second there,
Oh.
but I'm back. Oh my god, so Drunk brings out a new MCV. That is absolutely crazy. That means Marco needs to end this, right?
Yeah. It's only gonna go against him. I mean, I can't believe the simultaneous chrono eclipse. And now Marco has to push. The longer this game goes, it's going to go in Drunk's advantage. Drunk downfield still getting value.
He's getting so much value. Absolutely crazy. Oh, he's trying to get these prisms down. He still has a few tanks left. I mean, Marco does push through, but what does he have left? Two elite IFVs. These are going to melt building so fast.
No, two elite IFVs. Certainly capable of taking out a base. Oh my goodness. Oh my
The
goodness.
target, Marco needs to ask himself, what's the target? What does he want to take out first? GGI's coming out now.
No static defense is coming out. Needs pillboxes and prisms. All Drunk
Loses
has to
one
do.
of them and loses both of them.
Drunk holds. Drunk holds. Yeah, look at that. Drunk on 2 service depots. And what incredible forethought from Drunken Master there. It's going to come down to Prism Chronos. I'm going to have a service depot. Drunken Master 1 move ahead of the GOAT. Very nice. Wait, Ed, what do you got going on, Ed? Hop in here, Ed. Where you at?
Yeah, Ed, what are you doing in chat?
What the
VIP
heck?
guest of honor, get in here. Come on. Wow, so 1-1, Ivor.
Yeah. Very, very interesting. And I love that from Drunken Master. Like I talked about the Blitz tactics, right? The Chrono Prism has gotten so big in Blitz. We've seen so many times in AVA where things get kind of gummed up, and the Prism Chrono is usually what cracks the shell. Very, very nice. Let's switch over to Trio in my Discord, Snark.
Absolutely. All right. I mean, that was very interesting. I honestly felt like Marco was ahead there the entire game. He did lose a few buildings early on, but controlling the pace of the game and his ability to defend was perfect. It was the wacky double chrono at the same time kind of thing with Drunk having that service depot, forcing Marco to go on the offensive because if he chills, he's going to lose, which bought Drunk the game.
Yeah, it was that one was kind of interesting because there was some very interesting back and forth elements to it early on. I think Marco getting ahead with the Eagles, Drunk getting ahead on the ground. Oh my gosh, Ed's in here, not going to start. Oh, Marco's going to rage. Can you imagine in the fight of your life right now? Ed joins in and doesn't ready up. I got to kick Ed. I'm kicking him.
Just there you go. Look at Marco's comment.
Oh, did I switch these guys to Allied versus Soviet? Oh, I did. Nice. Okay. All right. Yeah, Mark, can you imagine coming off that loss, all of a sudden having Ed slink into the lobby? What's up, guys? How's everyone doing? Doesn't ready up. Ed trolling Marco. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So point number 3 now, Allied versus Soviet here on the Quicksand map. And this is our Allied versus Soviet map, so we will play this one back to back now to keep it even. The Quicksand map, this is a map that I made myself. You can't build on the sand. So the idea is you have to stretch down these corridors. The crates in the middle give speed crates, and in the very middle, we have the ion cannon. You capture the ion cannon with an engineer. It allows you to build and shoot a special super weapon that launches a ion cannon. Jalad made it. It's one of the most intricate and impressive pieces of coding I've ever seen. In theory and in art, in practice, it's not very valuable. It does instantly snipe enemy barracks, which can be fun. I don't think anyone ever really uses it. Snark, what do we know about this map? What do we see in here? How you feeling? All three things.
Well, yeah, I remember this map. Absolutely big on the GIs here. Otherwise, you have no chance. It's a huge open map. You know, Sov can attack you from any which direction you want. Pillbox's defense are going to be costly and annoying. And look, we're seeing Marco take advantage of the map as we speak, going to the right-hand side where Drunken isn't. And he has a Desolator out, although Drunk already has a counter out, which is a sniper. That Deso's going down.
Yeah, so the snipers are out to deal with the Desos. And this map, you know, I love these kind of chess-like open field battles, but the little tiny water features to still add some element to it. Now the GIs are downfield fighting fire with fire. Both players in each other's bases. Snipers to protect the GIs. Desolator coming. Those snipers should take that Deso out, though. Ah, nice little game of rock, paper, scissors here. Oh, the Deso gets in. Very nice
The
snipers.
snipers are too far behind. The snipers are too far behind. So that does take out some of the GIs. There's still enough GIs there to do some serious and annoying damage. Marco needs to start spamming out those sentry guns. In the meantime, he has a big Rhino army in Drunken's face. Can Drunken survive this attack coming in from Marco?
Yeah, and now a Desolator. Look at this. Where did this Desolator come from? We got side quests all day. There's a Desolator behind his base. GI still circling around. And so far, both players have got their jabs in. No one landing a haymaker. Marco getting that early power plant was nice, though. Although, yeah, fairly even so far here.
Very even situation. Drunken getting his first parrot drop from his AFC now on the field. That's going to help him defend. He doesn't have snipers anymore, though. And now here come the crates.
Speed crates, which become money crates if you get 2 of them. Speed crates, money crates. I like this map. All the different little corridors and alleys, and now you got your speed. You got your speedy grizzlies, little in and out missions. You know what? I think we should boost up the speed crate, Snark. I think like right now it's like, oh, did those tanks get a speed crate? It should be like, oh man, those tanks got a speed crate. Like they should be zipping around. Okay. Oh,
I like that. I like that. Marco needs to be careful. He's getting trapped on the right-hand side. He does split up his rhinos. In the meantime, he's going on the left-hand side. GIs to defend the left-hand side, but he's coming in the bottom with 2 rhinos as well. And yeah. Okay, he's going to back out.
Yeah, that fodder advantage was nice. That pounce on the right side there. This is one of those maps where as soon as you're in a bad position, you can either defend yourself or you can just throw something at the enemy and pull his distraction. We see these guys each doing that to each other repeatedly now. Rhinos continue to get value bomb site, are going to get a power plant. GIs get a little too bundled together, and Marco cleans them all up. Eagles now coming in, take out a barracks.
And Marco gonna engage here, bringing in the rhinos in the bottom as well. Drunken not managing to split up his tanks effectively, and Marco gonna take out the AFC.
Okay, the AFC goes down, and that was a legend special oil that you don't expect this from a top level player like Drunk. This oil, if this oil is destroyed, it will destroy that MCV.
This paradrop.
Oh no! Oh no! And the paradrop gets. He's going at the MCV. He's not gonna get the MCV, but. A 2-pack on the oils, tremendous value, pulls Marco's attention, now dives, and again, and you see Drunken Master trying to cancel out the barracks, and that right there, he wanted that barracks, it would have canceled out that next War Factory. That would have been the second time he had canceled out a War Factory build. Taking a barracks like that can be really, really nice, slow down a Soviet player.
Yeah, but Drunk having a hard time engaging these rhinos head on. Marco on 3 War Factory, Drunk on 3 War Factories. He has the tank advantage here. Marco taking out the AFC again.
Yeah, now even tanks, but half of them are rhinos and half of them are grizzlies. So you got to think Marco could just be blowing through here. You kind of see Drunk like throwing up a pillbox, like, here, pillbox, do something. It's like, no. And Marco, I think in that first game, Marco was kind of having fun, setting a tempo. Losing that last game was very frustrating for Marco. And now Marco's like, all right, let's make it perfectly clear who the adults and who the kids are right now. Yeah, Marco slamming the door.
Yeah, if anybody had any doubts about that, the GOAT takes home another win.
Very, very nice. Very, very nice.
Wow.
But
Man, that was a lot of back and forth. I mean, Marco's advantage there was that he kept Drunk busy enough that he couldn't micro his big clumps of GIs well enough to get enough value. And really, he just defended versus the GIs phenomenally. And he kept getting value, eventually wearing Drunken Master down. Absolutely phenomenal game there. 2-1 for Marco.
And I'm gonna kick you again, man, if you don't ready up.
Wait, I did ready up.
You got 2 seconds.
Oh my god, I thought I ready up.
Are you trolling Marco, Ed? Answer me truthfully. Are you messing with Marco? Are you a paid actor but from Drunk?
Please say yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We got Ed in here now. It's officially a party, and Drunken Master needs to win this game to keep the series alive. This is it. If Marco can win this, but now Marco playing the bottom of the hill with Alec on this map. What do you guys think? Would you rather build up or build down?
As allied?
Or allied as or so? I mean, on this map, do you feel like top or bottom is preferable?
Oh, top or bottom specifically? No, I don't think there's a preference. Do you have a preference here, Ed?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, I always kind of think about that. I guess the War Factory doors face down. I'm always looking for like little edges. Okay, well that's good. I like to hear that it's fairly even. Allied versus Soviet on this map. Soviet just rolled through. Allied's viable on this map though. You gotta think. What do you think, Ed? Does Drunk got what it takes to win this game?
Absolutely, dude. Drunk's always grinding. Marco, he doesn't really play too much, but his old tricks always win games, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like, I can't believe Marco comes in here, like, drunk been in quick match, grinding the maps, and Marco's still, well, Marco been in the driver's seat here today. But I got to think both these guys more comfortable with Soviet. I feel like, I think Drunk can do this. I want a match point. I want to go to 5.
All right, so Ivor hoping that Drunk is going to take this one. We'll see. Marco's been looking beastly, but the Soviets pressure here. Can Marco hold on? Putting up those Conscripts very nice. And oh, Drunk going into those GIs. A lot of chip damage done.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, he didn't deploy them though. He would have had a lot more damage if he would have deployed some of those. He was busy trying to squish his own Connies.
Yeah, and now Drunk on up to 2 War Factories already. This is where the tank numbers start to become significant, and Marco needs to start pulling out some allied toys like that AFC that just came out.
Comes out. Yeah, I think this is one of those maps where there are these kind of mini bottlenecks in each defensive position, but there's just so many different ones. You'll see a good Soviet player just continue to bounce around. As you put a pillbox in one zone, he'll go to the next one. But so far, I think, wow, choosing to go right into this with that pillbox and those Grizzlies, I don't think this is a great engagement for... Oh, but then Mark...
What?
Ooh, that was bad for Marco.
That was not supposed to be a Patriot.
Ooh.
That was not supposed to be a Patriot missile.
Yeah.
And Marco...
He went in there with such confidence putting in the Patriot missile too.
It was like such a sick Patriot missile slam. And yeah, I guess Marco just felt like on that map, he's like, all right, whatever. I don't care about this. Give him the point. Let's go to match point. And where both players can go back to Soviet. So now we go over to the Legend Fan map. All right, here we go.
Legend fan map.
Yo,
Who here in
Snark, ready up or
chat
I'm gonna kick
is
you.
a legend?
Yeah, or I'm gonna
What?
kick you. Snark's about to get kicked. No, Drunk, you don't get to pick your position. Why would you get to pick your position, weirdo? All right. Okay, 2-2, Legend Fan V5. All right, let's run it. We got a little bit of choppiness in that last game. I feel like I'm a little worried about this barn. I feel like I should screen share to you guys. I think we should go for that. I just
What's
feel
the choppy? You want me to leave? I can leave.
No, look, here, let me screen share to both you guys.
Okay.
Let's do it the Discord style.
Yeah.
Let's do it Discord style. How you been, Ed? You ready to lose later on today?
What is it, like 5 minutes from now?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
That was good timing. You guys can see, right? You guys can see my screen? Okay.
Yeah. Let's roll. I'm excited. 2-2. Match point. Is it the GOAT or is it the Drunken Master? What do you say, Ed? What do you say?
Dude, I kind of want to give it to Drunken Master. I want him to win, at least, just to have a new face, you know?
Yeah.
I hear that.
Has he won any tournaments?
Yeah, I don't know. The problem with Drunk is like he's always having to play. He's always playing like these guys. Like he spent very little time kind of like in some of the lower divisions. I don't think he's won like in this like Masters class before. But yeah, I mean he's certainly capable of it. I mean bringing Marco to 2-2, but you got to think today Marco's had a couple decisive wins and Drunk's had a couple kind of like random wins, to be perfectly honest. I mean impressive in any form, but this map plays a little bit wacky. There's some different interesting elements here, and this could be the one where Marco's lack of reps finally does bite him in the ass, because look at Drunken already dialed in, getting right up this cliff and going right at the power plant.
He definitely knows what he's doing. You can definitely tell there. Marco just kind of the normal macro style usually works in his favor, but I don't know. Yeah, this map's a little bit special, huh?
Yeah, it's quite a bit. It's quite a bit different. And now going right at that power plant, the sentry gun to hold, but this cliff advantage now, you can see it now. Drunk can get his production up here and kind of just keep sending right down these cliffs into Marco's face. When we saw this in the tournament, the meta was like all the pro players were building up on this cliff and getting right into each other's faces every time. So Marco maybe just doesn't remember that because he's not playing this map the way it's meant to be played. And it would really speak to Marco as a player if he was still able to win this. Snark, right now, gun to your head, who's taking it?
Well, I mean, yeah, Drunk has the build, he has the meta, but did you see Marco's defense just there? Drunk came in with everything, and Marco defended it like it was nothing. Both even on War Factories, Drunk getting out of forward barracks here. He has the fodder, but Marco has the tank numbers, I think, or are they even?
Yeah, wow. 2 War Factories to 2 War Factories, even on Rhinos. A slight oil advantage for Marco. And if you're hitting any lag in the stream, I'm not seeing anything on my end at the moment. If you go ahead and refresh your stream, just refresh whatever you're on, that might help clear it out here. You don't want to get refreshed because the battle's coming. Conscript advantage. No fodder for Marco at the moment.
Interesting engagement there by Drunken Master. He believes in his Connies there. Sentry gun's a little more strong there than Connies, but he's still going to continue pushing. He really likes this fight here. I don't know why. It seems very sketchy there.
Uh-oh. And now Marco counterpunching.
Sketchy is the right word.
Okay. And Marco, wow, and Marco, we're going to pull back to the Desolators now.
A little reset real quick. Both of them going to gather their thoughts. I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, both players questioning their decisions.
Worried about the War Factory count here. Drunk now ahead. Bring out a few drones to try and clean up these Desolators. Sentry guns and Desos to defend. Marco going to tech up. Very brave move here.
Yeah. So Marco gets over to Battle Lab Tech. Drunken's still with no radar.
Yeah, and the thing is, when you tech, the best thing you can do is, or your weakest thing is getting out tanked, right? And right now you see Drunken Master with 4 War Factories, so he can out tank, but these are small choke points, and all you need is a couple Desos, and you have all the space in the world for those ICs, just to wait for IC every single time. And he spread out those Desos, he's camping out, he's just gonna be patient. That's Marco.
Yeah, so Drunk is going to split up his forces now into 2 groups and try to overwhelm Marco with the tank numbers. We're going to see how Marco is able to defend this double attack approach. He's now in 5 War Factories versus 3. Drunken spamming out those flak tracks to deal with his Kirov. And Marco's going to try and survive and wait until he has the IC to get the value he needs to end this game. We'll see if he's able to do it. Drunk now coming at the bottom.
Yeah, and Drunk's still not over, still no radar. So yeah, Drunk gonna try to get a Rhino advantage and make it happen here, but the Desolators to defend are gonna make this really, really tough. Yeah, guys,
Marco's out making that bond side.
Guys, there's nothing for me to do about there's nothing I can do about the lag for you right now. So, okay, tanks. Oh, Desolators blows the Desolator on his own tanks. Oh, Marco's tanks on a lot of radiation there.
That's painful, and
oh,
yeah,
no.
we're gonna see. Oh, Drunken's army's gonna rejuvenate a little bit faster here because of that War Factory count. He keeps bringing in the reinforcements. Marco trying to survive here, but he doesn't have the production speed to keep up with Drunken Master.
Wow.
Yeah, he had all the ingredients there. He had all the Desos, but the Desos didn't deploy when Drunken pushed in. He just kind of used them as fodder in a sense. Could have deployed and prevented this whole push here. Marco's still trying to defend. Nope, he finally decides to quit out.
Drunk?
I
Wait.
mean, you might be overextending your internet with YouTube, Twitch, and Discord stream.
It does seem to be the case. But that series, I guess that series is over now. Wow. That was not expected. I think we just lost Ed. Damn, Snark. I didn't see that one coming.
No, I did not see that one coming, and it came down to exactly what you were talking about at the beginning of the series, right? We said Marco's advantage, he has experience. Drunk's advantage, he plays Blitz. We were talking about the meta of the map. You said building up on the cliff, getting in each other's faces, and then you saw a very different strategy approach there. Marco goes for tech, Drunk goes for War Factories. what came out on top in the end. It was the war factories. It came down to the Blitz experience and not the overall game experience.
Yeah, but if you notice, Marco did not. He has 6 Teslas just walking. He did not deploy them. He had them out of position. The Kirov was running around trying to do something as well. I think he was trying to free fire at the tanks. Marco had all the Teslas he needed to defend that, but just didn't use them. Drunken Master heads up play. I mean, he just pushed in. He's like, all right, let's go. Then you have everything you need. Let's go. That was a great win for him.
Wow. Yeah, and things were things kind of started off downhill right away with that knowing that map, getting up on that cliff, having the pressure. Tough, but hey, very, very well played. You two have another game. Yeah, you guys got to go to another game, yeah?
Yeah,
Indeed.
Yeah. You know what's good about this? I'll tell you what's good about this. And I've seen it time and time again throughout history. And I'm talking about 2001 moving forward. Anytime there's a new face with the crown, it brings the players. It brings these top level S-class players that think like, oh yeah, we're the best players, like we have nobody that can beat us anymore. But then they see a new face and they're like,
Yeah.
what's going on here? And then no, I swear to God, it happens every time. It happens every time. Tommy did this when people started, when he was like king, right? He stopped playing for a little bit. He started seeing other people come up, and he would start playing again. Let's talk about something you guys can relate to. Woody. When Woody came in, everyone decided to come and play. Like all the S-Guys players, like, oh damn, there's a new kid in town, And you see it on Blitz too. I mean, you start seeing new faces. You're gonna start seeing all of these top level S-Class players start grinding it a little bit more. Watch.
Yeah, I guess I like, and it reminds people. I think when you see like, oh, it's these same 4 people over and over, like the game's been solved. These guys have it, and they're 10 years ahead of me. Whereas when you see some of these guys like Drunken Master's name, who started kicking around this year, it's exciting to know. It's exciting to know that if you dedicate a year to this game, you can come beat Marco. I like that.
Yeah, and the crazy part is he's not even just getting good. He's not just Blitz pro anymore. I think he's getting really good on Red Alert too, and Yuri's Revenge. He's taking players out like Steve. Steve's one of the best players as well. Let's not say he's SS class, but he's high A, low S if anything when he wants to, and he grinds. Drunk just beat him in 2 different tournaments, I think.
Yeah, Drunk. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forget Drunk's had a couple other nice wins in other game modes too. Drunken Master. Wow. GG's, boys.
As a new kid in town to keep an eye on. All right, listen, Ivor, I'm going to smash Ed real quick. Quick 5-0.
Nice.
And then I guess we'll both be back.
All right. Yep. We'll see you in a little bit, guys.
See you guys.
See ya.
All right. Oh, I'm watching right now. You guys are on like a 2-second delay. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm watching right now. You guys are on like a good 10-second delay. I think it's maybe smoother now without... Okay, all right, we got to run another game here. We're going to try to get we're going to get another game going here. We're going to get another game going. We're running all these today, guys. Stick around. Stick around. Dude, now Osama's not on. What is this today, boys? All right. We're going to get Cold and Abdo in here. I think if it's not lagging, if it's not choppy, then if you guys refresh, you should catch up. All right, so Drunken Master picks up a win. All right, so we got, oh man, this is so many players. So many players. Oh my gosh, okay. All right. Now, so, just use your phone to message me. Just shoot me a DM. Be like, hey, man, I'm on the toilet. I need a minute. Just say that, you know? Oh, my gosh. Okay. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see who got that prediction right. Lee 7. You believed in Marco. Marco believed. Oh wait, Marco didn't win. Wait, you got the prediction wrong. Oh no, I don't think I have a way to redo that. I clicked the red button. Lee 7, you specifically don't win anything. For the record, you owe me something. You owe me whatever this wheel spin is, because you got the prediction wrong. This wheel spin's for me. You owe me nothing now. Okay. Osama versus Osama. I'm excited about that. Osama versus Drunk. How are you guys feeling? We keeping the energy going? We had a little lag. You guys okay? Staying positive? Osama in red. Drunk in yellow. Soviet versus Soviet to start things off on the what map? Gene Strike. Let's get it going. Oh my gosh, Osama not loading. Yeah, I'm actually I hate to play favorites with you guys, but I'm actually really glad that you guys got the leg on your end, because the game was perfectly smooth. Which means the players didn't have to play with lag, and the replay will exist forever without lag. So unfortunately, you guys catching it live, you had to fight through the lag. You're warriors. Remember that. Remember that you're warriors. Ba 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 ba. Here we go. Here we go. Roll in round number 2, Red Alert 2 World Series. World Cup, best players, best maps, the best tournament, the best what else? The best viewers, and the best other things. And we are rocking and rolling. Single day event here. We never done anything like this for World Cup. Getting it all done in one day because I don't have the patience to organize and strategize over the course of many days. So we're doing it all live here today. First game already down. Marco versus Drunk. Drunk taking it home. Now we're over to Cold versus Abdo. Winner goes to play Luke. Drunk plays Osama. Winners go to the championship. Someone taking home $200 here today. So match number 2. Again, these are set factions. We got a handful of the top voted maps. We're here on the Gene Strike map. Soviet versus Soviet. Now, Osama versus Drunken Master. What do we know? What do we know? Osama has been winning the monthly tournaments the most as of the last few months. Now, Osama is one of the youngest players in the community. At one point a couple years ago, I was upset with him about his scheduling, and he kept making excuses, and then I realized that he's a kid. I don't know. I think he's maybe like 18 now. I think when I was yelling at him, he was like 15. So yeah, Osama is the youngest active player at the top level at the moment. And I think because of that, we've definitely seen him in these last 2 years just keep radically getting better. Whereas, you know, a lot of the people that play this game, they're like 35. I feel like they kind of plateaued. Osama does seem to still be rapidly evolving in real time. And just this year, I think, was the first year where he was always, he's been at the top level for a while, but this year he had some really impressive show matches, beating Legend and Yuri's Revenge in some of those games. So definitely proving that he deserves to be in this kind of S-class, master class, top of the top. And that's where we are today in the World Cup, master class division. So let's see if Osama can get that done. Now, Drunken Master coming off of a very impressive victory versus Marco, but let's call it how it was. Drunken Master had a couple games that were really close, and he pulled them off, which is really impressive against a player like Marco. And you really can't take anything away from Drunken Master like that. Just trying to make it clear that Drunken Master had to really extend himself in that last series. And the question is he the kind of player that's going to feed off that momentum? Like, I just took down Marco, I'm rolling hot. Or is he a little bit exhausted? Because personally, I'm a little bit exhausted for him. That last series was a knife fight. It was very close. Let's see if Drunken Master still got the juice for this. Both players bringing out the naval yards. Both players over to tech. Big Iron Curtain advantage here for Osama, and both players playing this map fairly passive. We saw this in the game versus Marco versus Drunk as well. Both players sitting back and kind of getting established. And now Flak Troopers out to counter the Dreadnoughts. Love the idea. It didn't work. He did lose a War Factory. Crates are out. Money crates along the top and bottom. In the middle here, you get a BF. Now, the BF as a Soviet player, obviously not tech you normally get. The question is, what's the best thing to do with a Soviet BF? And I think the answer is Tesla Troopers. Maybe a Boris as an anti-infantry unit. But you got to think it's Tesla Troopers. But at the top level, you know, there's an opportunity cost. Every click costs you something. Right into the belly of the beast here. Beautiful Tesla coil from Osama. Absolutely stuffs that attack. And this bunker roasting the retreat. And now you see a big 10-4 Rhino swing there. And Drunk gonna have to get back. And you gotta think go over to drones. Osama teching up. Osama comfortable here. He wants the IC. He doesn't have to take an aggressive bite after that counter, which is a bit surprising to not see Osama go down and push that Rhino advantage a little bit here. But the IC is now ready. I guess he's got something else in mind. Desolator's topside clean up the conscripts. Osama's looking good. I think that Osama... It's really hard to say. I think Osama may have been my favorite for today's tournament. I think Osama is probably my favorite to win the entire event today. And I think in this first game, kind of proving that I think he's playing really well. I think he's playing really well. But let's see now. Kirov's out. He's giving Drunken Master a lot of breathing room. I'm not sure it matters, but he is. Kirov's coming now, and now the Rhinos to clean out those flak tracks. Now a flat cannon as well. Flak tracks, flat cannons. Will that Kirov get through? Dreadnought bottom side. The flak troopers are awesome. That cracks me up. It's just so rare to see anyone in this game use a non-conventional unit. He's going to try to route. Oh, he's going to try to drone those flaks, then get the Kirov in. Dreadnought does go down. And Osama, I feel like, is maybe just getting a little too excited about his toys. I think he could probably go a little bit more game theory optimal and close this one out. But he is having a lot of fun with his toys. And first point, first point of a series, there's some mental aspects to it as well. You don't want to, obviously, you don't want to make any mistakes. You want to get warmed up. You also want to set the tempo a little bit. You don't want to just run down and beat the enemy. You want to make it clear that I am in the driver's seat. We will be dancing together, and I will be setting the steps. Big drone hit, bottom side. Big drone hit, top side. Kirov, the flak troopers. Man, flak troopers are awesome. Klaus, yo. Ivans or a terrorist in a BF? I'm not exactly sure. That's a great question. That Kirov could have just shot all those flak troopers. Okay. Now the BF. Now Drunk gets the BF. I don't think... Oh, it's got drone? The BF got drone. Okay, so now Tesla coils, IC. Now an IC and a nuke out. Ooh, we're getting a little bit of choppy lag here. Osama, pretty rough internet connection here for Osama. Generally does have issues, but it is working through it here. So now so many Tesla coils. You don't see a lot of Tesla coils from Soviet players. I think there's kind of this old school mentality as a Soviet player that every dollar spent on anything that's not a Rhino is a waste of money. But the Tesla coil here, the Tesla coil is here to just kind of sit back and now ride his super weapons. Drunken Master still not even on a battle lab. So now the Kirov dance is coming. Osama going to split high and low. Osama's got an IC and a nuke. This should be an the offensive push that he needs to end this game. See if he can get the job done here. Yeah, you got to think Osama giving him a little too much breathing room here. Oftentimes at the top level, we have seen players who get ahead and then decide to sit back, and it ends up costing them the game. So let's see here if Drunk can make Osama pay for getting a little bit cocky maybe here. Demo trucks now pouring in on the top side. Osama now going to counterpunch on the bottom side. The demo trucks. The demo truck spam in Blitz is a very effective tool when used at the right time. Especially against a Soviet player. Against an allied player, the Eagles can get a little tricky at sniping them. First win for Osama on the board. Now we are over to AVA on a path more traveled. Point number 2, yeah. All right, point number 2. Let's get it going, boys. Let's get her going. Unit counter working nicely today. Good to see that. Osama not loading. Love that. Love that. Love that. I think Osama calls it the Egypt bug. I call it the Osama you got bad internet bug. Although I forget. I think there's a few different Egypt players that actually have the same bug, which would be kind of amazing. Like, of all the people all around the world playing this 20-year-old game, it's just for some reason Egypt just does not like the internet. Okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah, Ivans or Terrorists in a BF. I'm not sure if they take on an exploding quality. Like, if they became a demo truck, that'd be fun. Huge if true. Huge if true. All right, so over to point number 2 now, AVA on the path more traveled. Yeah, this map, I love this map, man. This is a traditional Red Alert 2 map, and I really like the top and bottom lanes, obviously. The corner tech I'm a big fan of, but I like even the way these middle features play. There is kind of an interesting defensive position that you can get, even though ultimately it's a very open map and a very small map, which definitely can reward aggression. But in Blitz, AVA, you can definitely like Patriot missile straight line right here and then kind of slow things down. We saw in that last game, Marco versus Drunk, basically both players kind of turtled up until the Prism Chronosphere was able to come in and crack the shell. So we'll see what we see here. I was reading the craziest thing the other day about in the Bronze Age in Western Europe, the Bronze Age, there's all these different communities that threw all their tools and weapons into lakes, into bodies of water. They called it like hoarding. And so all across Western Europe, from like 1000 BC to like 500 AD, for like 1500 years, there's all these communities that just threw all their tools and all their weapons into bodies of water. And they don't know why. They don't know why they were doing this. Communities all across, unconnected communities, would just throw all their shit in the water randomly. They think maybe it was a sacrifice. Like, things go wrong, the kids start dying, you throw all your weapons and all your tools in the water. Makes no sense. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Pillbox out. Drunken Master trying to be the aggressor here. And I like that for Drunken Master, especially after that first game. I think it's kind of clear. You don't want to sit back against Osama. I think both Drunken Master and Abdo coming over from Mental Omega, they have this kind of Wile E. Coyote aggressive playstyle that can really throw off traditional players. But I don't think sitting back tends to behoove them. I like when you see Drunken Master in the opponent's face. Eagles out now for Osama. Now, early on in Blitz, it used to be that it was like AVA, the first person to get an AFC, the first person to get 3 Eagles, would hit the other AFC, and then win the game. And now there's a few different ways to play it. You can rush Eagles like this. This is actually not standard to go Eagles right away, and this is why. You see, absolutely, I mean, that's 2,400 credits, 1,200 each down the drain. So there is kind of this delayed approach where you don't build Eagles. Instead, you go anti-air, and then you build a couple AFCs at the same time, so that if you lose one, you still have one, and then you delay your Eagle build instead of potentially stressing out your economy. And in this case, you see Drunken Master, a ton of money. Ton of money. Nuke, you guys trying to type nuke? The problem is now the viewers are split between YouTube and Twitch. It used to be everyone was on Twitch, and now it's split between. If 100 people say the word nuke, it would trigger a nuke, and this crazy effect happens that I made like 2 years ago. I don't even remember what it looks like. And someone wins 50 bucks. But there's not enough of you guys to do that. You could try to trigger a Yuri. I think that only takes like 10 people. Ooh, Eagle's a little sloppy. Gonna lose 2. And now the Battle Lab out for Osama. So Osama over to Tech, and the Grand Cannon out as well. In Blitz as of maybe a year and a half ago. Allied players can build 1 Grand Cannon. It is slightly nerfed, slightly smaller range for these smaller maps. What is Drunk's move right now? He's got 9K. Maybe going to send the Rocketeers to college. He's got a ton of money, but no Battle Lab. Eagles come, take out an oil. Now, if you get into a mid-game AVA, oftentimes it can be whoever wins the starvation contest. You can only build a total of 12 oils per game. So, every oil you lose is an oil lost. It's an oil that eventually you're going to hit that limit. Oh, no. Drunk. All the way into the belly of the beast. Could have taken this oil. Tries to get that one because he wanted the power plant. Didn't have enough bombs. You need 5 Eagles to take out an oil. Did you guys get a Yuri? You guys didn't trigger a Yuri? Sad. I'll give you one for free. Heartbreak Yuri. Oh my gosh, those Eagles didn't get an oil either. Wow, Heartbreak Yuri was perfectly timed. That was heartbreaking. All right, now Chronosphere out. Now the Chronosphere was the winning move for Drunk in his game versus Marco. Chronosphere Prism tanks are basically an insta MCV kill. Let's see, Klaus, that's your favorite Yuri? That's a little masochistic. Look at all these Patriot missiles. Okay, they do get an oil. They pay every single eagle goes down for that oil. Oh no. Oh no. Wow. You need a unicorn Yuri to win a prize. Yeah, I think Osama's the favorite to win the tournament if his internet can hold up. Wow. Well, we got ourselves a heck of a game here, folks. Heck of a game. That's true, Klaus. That's true. Yep. Yeah, unfortunate. Yeah. Yeah, so the disconnects are tough, you know. There's kind of this feeling of like, well, what if one player's ahead? It's the disconnecting player has to get the loss. It's unfortunate. There's really no way to sort it out as to who's ahead. In that case, it was fairly even, but yeah, it's unfortunate. We're taking it from all sides here today, boys. You guys missed the match point in the last one because of lag. Osama just lagged out of a game. Yeah, Drunk only means 2 more DCs. Drunk offering him a re. Wow, Drunk gonna offer Marie. I wouldn't offer Marie if it were me personally, but. But the way she goes, the way she goes.
Technical connection.
All right, we're running this one back. So yeah, it's yeah. So in these situations, it's an automatic win. The only person who can overturn the win is the winning player. So in this case, Drunken Master, being the samurai that he is, has taken the honorable route. No, it's definitely not up to me. Oh my gosh, that'd be the worst. Can you imagine? And then it's up to my opinion. Whenever there's a DC, it's up to my opinion. Oh my gosh, you couldn't create a worse situation for yourself. So yeah, DC after 10 seconds is an auto win for the non-disconnecting player. The only player who can overturn that is the non-disconnecting player. So Drunken Master offering the re, very honorable. Run and re. Yeah, Osama. And the other thing, too, is, you know, some players... And that's why, you know, when you're an honorable player, like...
The score is incorrect.
The score is not incorrect. 1-1, right? Oh, wait. Oh, right. Wait, is that... Oh, yeah, this is... Wait. How did I put that up so fast? Oh, my gosh. Good call, guys. Score was incorrect. Yeah, so it's 1-0. Sorry, 1-0. Redoing the second point. Yeah, Osama... It's just a known thing. Osama's got bad internet. Unfortunately. You'd think a game like this, I mean, we were playing this game online 20 years ago. You'd think you wouldn't need much internet to play this game without lag. But, you know, it's a community-ran game, and if you guys aren't familiar, it's not officially supported anymore. So, yeah, the community-ran servers and stuff, it kind of runs on the back of volunteer blood, sweat, and tears. Not a perfect system. You guys are trying to trigger another Yuri? Why is the Yuri not triggering? Is my bot on? I feel like my bot's on. Is the bot on? 1, 2, 3, 4. I might have upped it a little bit. Maybe it's like 10 different people. All right, so AVA. Man, we got a long day. That's tough to have middle of the game DC'd. That's tough. It's unfortunate. But these guys are going to rip and roll here. We're going to get over to Allied versus Soviet. That quicksand map's playing fast. We probably should have chosen a faster AVA map in hindsight for a single-day event like this. But, hey, it's a Saturday. What else do we got to do, huh? Other than hanging out. Oh, yeah, so the bot is working. Yeah, because if you can ask Yuri a question, anyone can ask Yuri a question in the Twitch chat. You just say, hey, Yuri. Okay. So, Rockies fairly even. Rocky advantage and Rhino advantage here for Drunken Master. And I like that Drunken Master says, run it back. I want to beat him with my bare hands. Nice little edge here. And Osama's got these Eagles. The Eagles are not in the air. Drunk doesn't have much anti-air for the moment. Those Eagles need to be out harassing. Okay, Eagle's going to... Oh, Rocky's going to try to cut him off. Nice. Oh, and the Elite, a super early Elite IFV, and you see the Elite IFV right away side quest. I think it's amazing, like pro players, the way that their dopamine circuits work. The Elite IFV is such an incredibly powerful unit that when a pro player, as soon as they get one, they peel it off. Like he's already side controlling this one. An Elite IFV can just absolutely destroy buildings. And I think it's important to realize, you know, newer players are like, oh, it's great, I'm going to send it downfield. Top-level players know, as long as there's an Elite IFV out, the other player has to dedicate a bit of their mental energy towards tracking the Elite IFV. We're wondering where it is, wondering when it's going to slip in the back of their base and destroy everything. So keeping the Elite IFV alive is huge. Now Eagle Blow coming from Drunk Master. Battle Lab out. Ooh, AFC goes down. Oh, and he builds the other AFC but doesn't keep the Eagles alive. That's a massive swing now. First cap generator out for Osama to try to buy himself some time here. But where'd the Elite IFV go? The Elite IFV should side quest topside and just start wrecking. The problem is the Chronosphere, I feel like, for Drunken Master is going to be nasty. See, the Prism Tank's already coming. Chronosphere got to be coming here very, very soon. Paradrop gets taken down, and now gaps across the board for Osama. Okay, Eagle's coming. So that was maybe just a scouting mission, kind of. Because, again, he is gapped up, and now both players fully gapping up. Chronosphere out now for Drunk. So Drunk does finally put himself broke here, but does have a pretty strong economy. Going multiple barracks, so 3 barracks to try to get a rocky edge. And in an AVA, you know, when it's going to end up being Rockies and Mirages and Grizzlies and IVs, a few barracks is a great idea to try to get yourself a rocky advantage. But in this case, he didn't have the money for it. He's producing too fast, and he's going broke. Eagles get in, take out an oil. Again, only 12. You can only build 12 oils per game. So slowly running out of oils is oftentimes how these games end. These AVAs can come down to players not literally not having any oils left. Weather Storm. So Osama goes Weather Storm before Chronosphere. Wow, yeah, that's not very expected. Let's see what he can get done with this Chronosphere. Ooh, the juicy double AFC pad right here as well. Weather Storm, juicy AFC, and look at Osama hiding Mirage tanks. These are Mirage tanks randomly throughout his base to deal with the inevitable Chrono Punch, which is coming. And now both players sit back, and you know this is for all those YouTubers out there who ask why don't you do like a no rush map or like a recool map or like a map where players can sit back and build. This is why. Because ultimately it's like, this will be, I mean, we're going to have a good crescendo to this game. There's going to be a fun climax. But, oh no! Oh my gosh, he took out the oil that took out the Chronosphere. Oh no. That was Drunken Master's ace in the hole. Wow. T played it 20 years ago, still playing it now. Love that. Love that, man. But yeah, this is why these kind of like slow building maps can get a little boring. Because again, like the beginning's fun, the end is fun, but there's this middle time where nothing happens. And that's why I think it's so funny, because like a lot of people who don't play this game much are kind of like, oh, it's so boring, they just rush and attack. It's like, well, you should see what happens when they don't rush and attack, as both players now fully gapped up. And yeah. Again, if we didn't have 5 matches today, I'm kind of more like let them sit back, bolster up. But 5 games on the docket, you're like, oof. Should have taken that DC win. Here we go, big engagement, bottom side. The Eagles come through. What do the Eagles want? Oh, the Force Shield saves the Weather Storm. Big engagement on the bottom side here. The Rockies, the Prisms. Who is to say what is going on? Drunken Master got to be coming out ahead. Wow. There's a moment where you're kind of like, who's like, anything could happen. And then one person pulls way ahead and you're like, oh, I guess that guy was way ahead. But some of these situations, you know, it can be a random misclick, an oil exploding or something like that. Okay, Drunken Master, apparently. 2 elite Prism tanks, in case you're wondering what that looks like. And Osama running with the MCV, deploys the Weather Storm. Weather Storm, too little, too late. Oh my gosh, those Prism tanks. Wow. Wow. Okay. So Drunken Master does it officially there. And let's get over to the quicksand map. Keep the action rolling, boys. Quicksand. Dr. Sazzo with the raid. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, so the oils like that, it's really, yeah, you can't sell an oil, Derek. Oh, we loaded. Wow. That was unexpected. Okay, so yeah, you can't sell an oil derrick. So if you accidentally place an oil too close to one of your buildings, it's just kind of a liability. It's usually, you need to have about 2 cells between the oil and the building. Any of you guys remember Blitz? So this is event number 37, I think, 38. We've ran one almost every month. So about 3 years ago, Blitz was invented. And at the time, when they first came out, the oils were exploding like twice as much. like it was like anything within 4 cells was like insta kaboom. And the games were so chaotic. It was like you just dove on an oil and the other team's entire base would blow up. The maps were really silly too. There was like no features. They were just like flat open maps. We've come a long ways in Blitz over the years. And now I think the oils, the reason that the oils are like that is because in the regular game you have to spread out for ore. In Blitz, there's no incentive. So if the oils didn't have that component, you would just build your base in a nutshell. All right, so nice little push here. GIs and Grizzlies, pretty good micro, but a few sentries to counter. Will it be enough for Osama to hold? Those Grizzlies are all about to pop. They're all smoking. Osama, if Osama starts to go broke, he's going to lose this. Dives on that oil. Dives on the oil. Does get and gets a 2-pack there. So right as his army's about to be destroyed, he says, I don't want to go home empty-handed. He takes out a couple of oils. So that was pretty nice. So now sentries as well. And yeah, on this map, for the allied player, big open map like this, small map, the only way to keep the rhinos out of your face early on is with the GIs. This meta has just become so defined in Blitz over the last couple years. And so Osama was expecting that, had the sentry guns out, and still kind of just hung on by the skin of his teeth. And lost 2 oils for it. And now another bundle of GIs. So Drunken Master are going to come again, and Osama goes broke. And that's oftentimes what you're going to see there, is that spamming of sentry guns can really stress out a player's economy. And also he lost 2 oils. So now Osama's scrambling to build more oils, get his feet underneath him, and Drunken Master's just going to keep the pedal to the metal here. Okay, crates are out. Oh, and the GIs. Oh, the Desolator. So the Desolator does counter those. Oh, he goes double Deso. He didn't have the money for that. He needed to. That was kind of a misclick. Should have gone single Deso. Every credit matters for him right now. And he is base stretching forward. This is kind of an interesting position. Okay. And now this. Oh, and the bunker walk from Osama. The problem is Osama is, well, he's got money now. Snipers. Wow, okay. Someone's got to grab the ion cannon, boys. Again, the ion cannon, it does give you a super secret special super weapon that no one ever uses. I think it's kind of a fun super weapon. It shoots a lightning bolt, and it can destroy barracks. You could also wound an enemy army with it. I think it's a good time. Sometimes you try to really think outside the box, and as I say thinking outside the box, the forward cannon forces Osama to amputate this entire expansion. That was heads up. Very, very nice cannon. Again, Ally can only have 1 cannon. And somehow, Osama's still in this game. After a lot of value early on for Drunken Master. Ooh, and very, very nice from Drunken Master there. Eagles come in. Very nice unit control. Had plenty of tanks for it. And Drunken Master takes it home. 2-1. We're going to swap and run that one back. Get another Allied versus Soviet game going here. And remember, guys, this is the Red Alert 2 World Cup Blitz mode. We also have Yuri's Revenge and regular Red Alert 2 coming up probably next month, possibly later this month. So stick around, guys. End of the year, we always run this big tournament. Fat cash prizes, the best players on the best maps. That's what it's all about. RA to the moon. Okay, so now we're going to put Drunk on the top side. So winner of this goes on to the World Cup Finals, which is happening today. We got a couple other games here to run, though. We gotta run Cold and Abdo, and we gotta run Luke Z as well. Hopefully Luke Z is not missing in action. Luckily I got Luke Z's. Okay, sorry. I got to text Luke Z in real life because luckily I got his number. I got his real life number. Makes me pretty cool, huh? Okay. Allied versus Soviet now. So the problem is on this map, without the early GI value, can you win on this map? And we saw in that last game the Allied the GI value setting things up, that late game win, or win later in the game. We'll see. But everyone knows it's coming. Everyone knows the GIs are coming. Yeah, Drunken Master and Abdo, both in this pro bracket, both are very top-level Mental Omega players. Mental Omega is a Yuri's Revenge mod. If you guys aren't familiar, the Mental Omega mod is crazy for Yuri's Revenge. They basically remade the entire game. But now, Drunken Master and Abdo, I feel like I keep calling them the new guys. Yeah, has it been more than a year? They've been around at least a year. I feel like they've been dominating, making noise top level in my tournaments since at least last year. Yeah, at least a year. MO mentioned, I know, but they're still the new. Well, I guess the timelines are funny because when it's a 20-year-old game, then in some ways, you know, you got some of these players in here that I've been streaming consecutively for 3 years, so 3.5 years actually now. So Abdo and Drunken to me are like the new guys, but in reality, in a very real sense, they are not the new guys. Sniper IFV out, Grizzlies coming, so the Sniper IFV cleaning out the Desolators, very nice. Sniper IFV cleaning out Desolators can go elite very quick. So far in this series, we've seen Osama going broke early on. Drunken Master all day today has been overproducing, which I think is really better form. Have a little extra money in the bank than be going broke. I think some of these top level guys kind of have this feeling of like, if you build too many oils and you have too much money, it's a waste. You could be producing more. But it's certainly better than going the other way here. Just ask Osama right now with his bank account dropping to 0. Really tough in the economy. No, yeah, Mental Omega is a Mental Omega. Like, this is like Blitz is like a mod that me and Snark and a few programmers, you just custom coded in the map, made things work a little differently. Anyone could make a mod like this. Mental Omega, they redid the artwork. They added factions. There's a whole new campaign. Mental Omega is like crazy intricate. It's not even really Red Alert 2 anymore. It's like a new game basically using the Red Alert 2 engine. It might even have its own engine for that matter. Grand Cannon in the face from Osama. The base walk, the cannon in the face. You'll love to see it. Man, stressed out to not have an economy beneath you and pull off the base stretch, cannon in the face. You'll love to see it. And now Osama's like, okay, I just cannot get my face blown off on the backside. Yeah, but SFJ was the same thing. It was using the existing engine. The SFJ mod, there's no custom artwork in the SFJ mod. The big one is if you start adding custom buildings and stuff, then you have to switch over to like a whole different system. Whereas most kind of simple mods are just tweaking the back end aspect of the game, tweaking existing units basically. Wow, and Drunken Master's about to lose his base, so he's gotta. But he could push this. But now Battle Lab out. Things are going to go from bad to worse. Yeah, Drunken Master's in a pressure cooker right now. He's going to try to clear out this Prism Tower. Pillbox right behind. Oh, fodder. All those dogs for Osama. So nice. Osama just going to pounce. Going to dive right in. Clean up that army and now pull back. Yeah, because now he knows he's got the Eagles. He can just death from the skies here. That cannon could hit that War Factory. That was Drunken Master needed Osama to make a mistake there. And hey, we're going to match point, boys.
Player defeated.
Wow. Okay. Match point. Here we go, boys. Barn burner. Barn burner. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The World Cup final match of the semifinal game. Winner of this goes on to the finals, the World Cup finals, which is happening today. Loser of this takes that sad walk home. As a reminder, guys, redalert2.com. Tell your friends, tell your family. Download the game, come play the game. Join the Discord, connect with the community. Check out the YouTube for the highlights. Come catch us live on Twitch. Actually, I'm live on YouTube now these days. Live on both. And you can donate all the money that comes into the stream.
Oh my God, what a barn burner, boys.
Nice trigger. Nice trigger, boys. All the money that does come into the stream does go back into the stream, so all the money I make from ads and YouTube and Twitch, and all the donations that come in go back in to help me creating more content. That's what it's all about around here, trying to get more people watching, playing, and streaming this beautiful game. Our third annual World Cup Finals. This is the Blitz game mode. Remember, guys, we have Yuri's Revenge and regular Red Alert 2. We'll be doing single-day events for those as well, so stick around. But this is the Blitz game mode, and so far, yeah, we're making some good action so far here today. Both of our games coming down to match point here. All comes down to this. Winner of this going on to the finals. And then we got Abdo versus Cold, Luke Z playing the winner. You guys know how it goes. What do you guys think? How you guys feeling about this? I think that well, both these guys know the map. I was gonna say based off the builds. I was gonna say if we saw Osama hesitate with the build, but both these guys clearly know the build. First engagement. Oh my gosh, what is Osama doing right now? Going into 2 sentry guns uphill? Wow. Osama had a lot of confidence in himself there. Not sure it was a great idea. Just kind of gave him that first engagement, but pushing uphill, gonna be tough. So now Osama gonna go down the gut. I like this map. There were some issues with some balance things early on the sides, but I think we corrected a couple little stuff on little things on this map now, and I like it. It plays in a very interesting way. It's hard to make a map that's balanced when it's not perfectly symmetrical. The way the cliffs and things are set up in the map maker, it's hard to kind of make this style map perfectly even, but this one got sorted out pretty well. So both players now playing off their cliffs. Osama with a tank advantage, War Factory advantage, even on oils. Big conscript advantage though as well. I can put the conscripts on the unit counter for you guys. Oh, conscripts on the backside here though. Let's see if Osama sees those. Osama going for a big push here. Wow. And again, Osama playing like he's got somewhere to be. I like the aggression. Again, just pushing in, early defensive advantages. These sentry guns can make a huge difference. But big conscript advantage for Osama. Slight tank advantage for Osama as well. But Osama's tanks aren't all here right now. Osama's out tanked down here. He's got reinforcements AFK on the backside. But somehow Osama pushing uphill, pushing into sentries, just is getting the job done here, and now loops all of his tanks back and regroups. Okay, and again we see a similar financial story here. Drunken Master just with more money in the bank, but Osama not going broke. Osama going broke. Never mind. You really want to hop on top of this. You really want to hop on top of this bridge when someone drives under and start pounding them from the sky. That's the real secret. And Osama once again gonna go right into it. Let's see. Ooh, very nice unit control from Osama. There was a long time there where his tanks were getting hits, but he didn't have his reinforcements there. And now, oh, wow, there was a few moments there where Drunk had some of his tanks out of position. I thought that was gonna give Osama an edge. Osama now split bottom side, gonna try to take out an oil. And Osama going octopus status right now, a little high, a little low. And Drunken Master hasn't been able to get downfield, just kind of tends to be too busy defending, but Osama going to throw some crucial tanks there. And where's that going to put our Rhino numbers? 14-14, perfectly even for the moment here. Both players with some smoking tanks. And a dog advantage for Osama, and Osama swings it. Wow. Very well played, aggressive game from Osama there. Wow. That was really nice. I mean, you saw Drunken Master just stopped a couple of those attacks, and Osama just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Takes it home. All right, guys. Cold versus Abdo. Cold versus Abdo. So Cold versus Abdo. Winner of that goes on to play Luke. Osama is in the finals. We're running this all today. What do you think, guys? We bite off a little more than we can chew. Are we exhausted? Are we a little tuckered out here? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we're getting a little tuckered out. But that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna ride this energy wave. Ed and Snark are gonna come back and save us in a little bit. We're gonna get Ed and Snark back in here. I'm not gonna have to be talking to myself very, very soon. Oh my gosh. Okay. Cold versus Abdo. Winner plays Luke. Let's get it going. Let's see who got that prediction right. Who believed in Osama? Isaac, you get the wheel spin. Isaac gets a wheel spin. Let's reset the scoreboard. Let's go, boys. You guys want to wait? You guys are like, hey, Ivor, can we just chill for a second? No, there's no chilling. It's World Cup day, boys. It's World Cup day, boys. Cold versus Abdo. Isaac, did I just spin a wheel for you? Did I spin that? I'm going to spin it again. I didn't see it. You win nothing. Well, that was a little disappointing. You get a second wheel spin, Isaac. How about that? Second wheel spin for Isaac. You get a metaphor. That's fun. Okay, Isaac, tell me your favorite Red Alert 2 unit. Wait, what was the first spin? I didn't see it. Did he win something on the first spin? Oh, no. Now I gotta go watch the replay. I don't even trust you guys. That's the problem. Oh, first was nothing. Wow, 3 spins to get a metaphor. Isaac, you're struggling, buddy. Abdo, cold.
Tech building.
All right, here we go. Round number 3 of the Red Alert 2 World Series World Cup. Blitz game mode. Again, we got Yuri's Revenge and regular Red Alert 2 game modes coming up later this month, possibly next month. We're going to lag test this, but type your red or yellow in. Get your predictions in. Type red or yellow in the chat. Let me know how you're feeling about this one. Abdo versus Cold. Abdo versus Cold. Winner of this goes on to play Luke. Cold and Abdo. So, we're doing a little lag test here. All right.
Battle control.
Type red or yellow, though. You guys can get your predictions in. We're going to try to find a tunnel that we don't have any lag on. That's usually our best tunnel. That's a bit troublesome. A bit troublesome, indeed. Jad Jim, you're voting multiple times. It's not cap sensitive. Don't worry. Just type red or yellow. Give it another roll, boys. Give her another roll.
Tech building.
All right, we're going to sort out the lag here. Ooh, these look like happy dogs. What do you guys think? These look like happy dogs to me. Look at them bounding around. Full of life. So full of life.
control terminated. Tech building.
All right, so here we go. First round here on the right side of our bracket. I've said this many times, but you guys know now. Winner of this goes on to play Luke. So we got Abdo, the Shadow in yellow on the left side. Cold, the Storm. Wait, the Blizzard. Cold, the Blizzard. I need a better nickname for him. In red on the right side. Cold out of Bolivia. Abdo out of Egypt. Now, Abdo and Drunken Master kind of fall in that similar category. Mental Omega players, top-level Mental Omega players who came over to traditional Blitz and Red Alert 2 year and a half ago maybe now, and they've been making noise in all 3 game modes. Very, very tough players, very aggressive players. Cold, we had Cold. I saw Cold around. He's kind of came and gone over the last few years. But as of very recently, I hadn't seen Cold in like a year. And then all of a sudden he's like, hey, I want to play. And he won a pro. He won the most recent pro event. He beat all these guys. He beat Drunk, he beat Abdo. He won the event most recently. So even though he is the slowest elo, he is the lowest elo rated player in this group by a few hundred points. I think Luke Z is the highest in the group at 2,100, and he's at about 1,800. He did win the most recent event, so he does have the momentum for the moment. Let's see what happens here. My money, I think Osama is still my vote for winning today's entire event. I think Cold is gonna win this one. And again, I wouldn't have said this if I hadn't just recently seen him play. But Cold seems to be very, very locked in. And you know, over the years, you know, hundreds of players and 40 events, and even more show matches, I kind of have picked up these feelings based off of how players react to tournaments, and like when I say, hey, you want to play? Hey, I have this idea for an event. I have an idea for a show match. Do you want to play? And the way that they respond, I'm able to kind of suss out where they're at mentally. With that being said, my prediction rate is actually very low, so take everything I just said with a grain of salt. But I like the Cold's enthusiasm right now. I like the way that he's been looking for events. He seems hungry. I think he's got the juice. He won in Blitz. Yeah, he won in Blitz recently, yeah. You guys are struggling with that Yuri bot. I think I must have boosted that up. All right, so Iron Curtain already out now. It's interesting, a map like this, you know, with all these different ways to attack, you'd think this map would play a little faster, but we've actually seen this map play a little bit more reserved, especially as a Soviet versus Soviet map. Both players kind of sit in tech. The water, generally when there's water, oftentimes that can encourage that because of the value of the Dreadnought when you get over to Battle Lab tech. But we haven't seen the Dreadnoughts be particularly damning on this map, just because they can be countered from the land. Pumpkins are out. And man, that team at CNCnet, they gotta update these pumpkins. Berg, where are you at, man? It's not Halloween anymore. We're supposed to have Christmas presents instead of pumpkins for the crates. Yeah, Abdo's been playing really good as well. Ooh. Oh, Deso hit, but Osama got a little sloppy there. Or sorry, Cold. Oof. This is gonna be a tough one with so many players here today. Cold got a little bit sloppy there. So Abdo's got money. He's ahead in the Navy. He's already got one squid out, so he's gonna go over. The squids are gonna start butting heads. He's gonna try to clear the way. Oh, but the Desolators are here. That's annoying. You cannot get a Dreadnought out. If you bring a Dreadnought out near a Desolator, the rockets will start blowing up on the boat. Iron Curtain out. Iron Curtain advantage for Abdo. Oh, it's gonna be a big drone. He's looking for a big drone, I see. So much chaos. So much chaos. Desolators down. Drones going. Cold losing so much. Uh-oh. 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 Look at that rhino counter. 5 rhinos left. Now 4 rhinos left. Now 3 rhinos. Oh, no, he's building rhinos as well. Cold's got to get over to drones. and he's got to cross his fingers, preferably a Dreadnought as well. No anti-air, though. Uh-oh. No anti-air. 1 oil goes down. 2 oils goes down. And look at this, the micro right now with that Dreadnought. If Abdo hadn't been babysitting that Dreadnought, it would overshoot. It would shoot 2 at each unit. It's really nice he was able to use that to get maximum value, but does get a squid on it now. Both players smoking it to the filter. Dead broke. Oh, very nice IC from Cold. Gonna force a... Oh, he takes the battle lab. Now no force shield. Gets the battle... Oh, a defensive IC. He gets a defensive IC. He takes the battle lab, which cancels the force shield. And then he forces a defensive IC. But can he hold right now? Cold not going over to drones. Very surprising here. When you're down, you know, you expect the drones to come out, and that's going to be it. I like the move. I like the idea. My boy Cold getting smoked, boys.
Player defeated.
Abdo ripping through on that first one. Let's go over to AVA, see what happens.
Tech building captured.
AVA now on path more traveled. So if the Soviet, the thing is, I feel like Cold, you know, in the best of 5 with these set factions, as a player, you can kind of think like, all right, this is my strong suit. I have to win these 3 games. You don't have to think, oh, I got to win all 5, or I'm going to try to win 3 randomly. At the top level, you can kind of think like, what are the 3 matchups that I'm going to win? And especially in a close series like this. And you got to think that Cold's game plan required him to win that SVS game. A lot of players prefer either Allied or Soviet. Cold is more of a Soviet player. Cold's more of a Soviet player, and if he can win his Soviet game, then he can lose his Allied games. He can win his Soviet Allied mirror, bring himself to match point, and pick Soviet again. Basically, you can lose all your Allied games. But now that he's lost that SVS, he's going to need to win this mirror match, or he's going to have to win both Allied versus Soviet matches. Let's see what he's got up his sleeve. But again, I'm just kind of backtracking because I counted him out so much in that last tournament when he surprised me. So, yeah, don't underestimate Cold. We'll see what he can do here. Playing 300 ELO points down in this tournament. Let's see if he's got the juice to make it happen. Abdo certainly proving that he deserves to be here with a very, very nice, decisive victory in that first one. Okay. Now, we've seen this map so far play fairly conservative. You see this early pressure on the corner tech, and then generally kind of devolves into a defensive game. We've seen, obviously, super weapons, chronospheres, weather storms. But, you know, AVA especially, there's a lot of different ways to skin a cat. And so far, no AFC out for Abdo. No AFC. He's just pumping. As Cold brings the AFC and puts himself broke. What do you guys think about this? Uh-oh, paradrop. Paradrop. Oh, never mind. So Abdo says, I don't want an AFC, I want a ton of money. Never mind, now the AFC comes out. So just a delayed AFC. Yeah, not a bad idea, he's got plenty of money in the bank. But Rocky advantage for Cold and an Eagle advantage for Cold. Now the fifth Eagle's big, he can start taking out war factories and oils, but he's already got 3. If Cold could get these 3 Eagles in and cancel out this AFC, that'd be huge. It looks like that's Abdo's idea. They don't get one. That's 3 Eagles uncontested. Oh my gosh. That would have been so devastating. He might have Matadored that. I think he wanted him to hit that. He's like, you want an AFC? I got 2 more. Nice. Nice counter there from Cold, but Cold's still going broke. Abdo 7K in the bank. I think Abdo's in the driver's seat here. But crazier things have happened Abdo's only War Factory goes down. Now 3 AFCs, no War Factory. Let's see if that'll. Ooh, what's up? What's going on with our unit counter, boys? It's not looking good, huh? Unit counter might be bugging a little bit. So Battle Lab out now. Wow, Battle Lab now for Cold as Abdo has to rebuild his War Factory. Sniper IFV. Okay, a lot of Eagles top side, a lot of Eagles bottom side. Eagles taking oil there. Not sure what. Oh, and he lost his AFC. Oh, I didn't even see those. Abdo, that's why you call him the Shadow, boys. That's why you call him the Shadow. So he hit an oil bottom side, peeled off, took 3 more, and took an AFC. And Cold's Air Force just got smoked in the face. Now down to 1 AFC to 3. And when it's all said and done, he doesn't have a bigger standing army either. So what does he have? What does Cold have? He's got a Battle Lab. Cold says, I'd like a full Air Force and a full army. And the RE2 gods say, best I can do is a Battle Lab. Another oil goes down. Abdo's everywhere. Abdo's everywhere, man. The other thing to consider, too, is, you know, normally these guys, normally we're playing for like $50, right? $200 single day event, that's fat money, man. These guys, you know, who knows what this brought out in some of these players. Maybe Abdo stayed up all night, hustling, grinding. Abdo's running like a well-oiled machine. Remember earlier when I said Cold was going to win? Remember earlier when I said Osama was going to win? Take it all back. My money's on Abdo the Shadow, taking this one home. Death from the skies, Eagles, Eagles, Eagles. Just continuing to harass here. Oh, and that puts him low power. Oh, no. Wow. And a 1-2 on the bottom. I just quit. Just quit. I think you just quit at this point. Chrono Legionnaires are out. YouTubers are going to like that one. They like when weird stuff happens. They always say it's just rhinos and dogs, just grizzlies and dogs. I'm like, what game are you watching? We got Eagles, we got Mirages, we got IFVs, dogs, Rockies, Grizzlies, Chrono Legionnaires, snipers. That's more units than there are in chess. You always gotta think, what's the winning condition? Both as a viewer, commentator, spectator, or player. What is the winning condition? How does Cold win this game? And the answer to that question is Chrono Bomb, Chrono Prisms, and then Abdo goes AFK and he gets his entire base, I guess. Power plant goes down. All right, big chrono hit. Cross your fingers, boys. He force shields the 1 oil. He's about to lose all of his oils, to be fair. Oh, and the service depot comes. So even if he gets the MCV now, it's not really even going to matter, to be perfectly honest. All right. We've adjusted my screen so that my neck hurts less. We'll see how that goes. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Chronosphere coming. Rocketeers are coming. Oh, Rocky advantage for Cold. Paradrop bottom side. He knows this prism. He knows this prism hit's coming. MCV. MCV goes down. Has a service depot, though. Not sure it matters. Not sure it matters. You know, AVA, okay, I actually don't think, like, as a player, an 8-minute game's not that long. I think the players do. People don't really dislike AVA as players. Even as spectators, again, the beginning's fun, the ending's fun. There's this middle that's just a little slow. Maybe I just need to control my ADD. But I feel like I want, I don't know. Like, I think we should get rid of gap generators for sure. I don't know what else you can really do. I mean, at some point, it's like you can only do, like, you know, it's like can only really do so much. It just kind of lends itself to a slower game when you have AVA. Power plant. Because neither, it was just such a massive defensive advantage with the Patriot missiles. But I think we got to get rid of the gap generators. Because the gap generator is what makes it, even when a player's ahead, they don't know. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, you guys got to remember now at this point, both these guys just are kind of flying blind. And Carr with the sub. He's here for the AVA. Copy's here for the AVA. They're like, I don't care. I'm here. I like it. I'll take the AVA games. I like it. I like the tactical. Both players. You know, it's Abraham Lincoln said he's got 4 hours to cut down a tree. He's going to spend the first 3 sharpening his axe. That's what this game's all about. Sharpening the axes. Big Rocky throws the Rockies in front. Cold's got a Rocky advantage. Cold's got a Weather Storm. Cold's got a Chronosphere. Abdo has multiple MCVs and multiple service depots. Copy with the sub. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. This is our... Cold might think Abdo doesn't have an MCV. That's possible. Oh, no. The thing is, so you have to always remember, whenever you hear that sound, that's the other player powering down. You got to go look at their base. Like right now, his base is uncovered, you know? So again, guys, this is our quarterfinal game. We got semifinals coming up and the Grand World Cup finals coming up after that. Chrono Legionnaire. Oh, whoa! I've never seen a pro player try to do this. Chrono Legionnaire shooting his own buildings to make them invulnerable to enemy fire. That's like one of those things you used to do to your little cousin. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Warning. Lightning storm created.
The lightning storm should be nasty. Look at that, was the perfect chrono. The perfect chrono. He got 9 prism tanks, got nothing for it. Literally got nothing for it. Wow. Oh man. Both these players, how does this end? How does this end? And they both got money. I don't know, boys. I don't know. Maybe less oils. Maybe 12 oils is too much. You know, the other thing too is it's just a day like this when we have so many matches. If this was the only match for today, I'd be a little more into it. But it's the World Cup. No one wants to make a mistake in the World Cup. We got $200 on the line, boys. He grows. Yeah, so you can't build across the middle of the map. That's what's funny, too. If they could base stretch, it might be a little more interesting. All right, he's going for it. Cold's going for it. He's trying to scout with his... He's trying to do he's trying to get a feel for his army, I guess. Oh, my goodness. What do you guys think? Cold's just got more. It's kind of like, normally it's like, oh, he's got a Rocky lead or he's got a Rhino lead. It's like, I think, Abdo just seems to have more of everything. Cold, I think, does have a Rocky lead. Maybe. Maybe not. You can actually go naval in these pawns. You can go naval and build anti-air. That actually could be big. Grand Cannon's out. It's all about the Rockies. It's all about the Rockies. Cold's got a pretty good position here, though. Oh, Cole's got to bring and support these Rocketeers. Did Cole? And that's the thing. It's such a massive defensive advantage in these situations, especially when you're pushing into gaps. And the prism tanks don't shoot while they move, so the stationary prism tanks, that was huge. And you actually saw Cold had his prisms up on that hill, getting a nice little lead. What? Cold's gonna win this? I didn't see this one coming, boys. Oh, the show goes on. The show... We don't know who's going to win it. He just defensive chronoed like 4 IFEs.
Lightning storm created.
Lightning storm. Whoa, he almost lost that MCV. Doesn't matter. He's got 2 service depots. Cold's going broke. And that's oftentimes how these games end. Bit of a starvation contest. Prostate Pirate, yo, yo, yo. Prostate Pirate. Did you pick that name, or did someone... Did the generator pick that name for you? I have to know. Okay, 2 elite IFVs. We just rinse and repeat? Oh, Cold's only on 1 War Factory. Oof. Cold on 1 War Factory. Abdo on 4 War Factories, 2 Service Depots. It's really the oil count. I don't think our unit counter is working. 'Tis not. The oil, so 3, let's do a little oil count here. 3, 6 oils, 7 oils to 3, 6, 6 oils? Wow, so it's actually very even. AVA is the gift that keeps on giving. Yeah. And especially on this map. On the other maps, the other player, I feel like players are more easily able to get through and take out oils. Like you can build 20 Eagles and you just dive them all and take out an oil. And that's really, we're not really seeing those guys do that. Like literally, some of these guys build 12 Eagles, trade them for 1 oil. And if you had started doing that 10 minutes ago, you know, that would be the game pretty much.
Warning. Lightning storm.
Mike became a member. Cool. YouTube member. YouTube member. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Oh, paradrop. Oh my gosh, there's a paradrop in the trees. His Rockies are attacking without support. Chronosphere is going down. Wow, I cannot believe he just... These guys should be targeting each other's oils. It's all about the oils. That's the only limiting factor here. You can only build 12 oils per game. Every time the Chrono Prisms come in, hit an oil. Every time you send the Eagles, hit an oil. Dive in with the Rockies, hit an oil. Just got to go for the oils. That's really, I mean, you got to think that's who's going to win this game. I mean, now it's much easier to say at the 15-minute mark. You know, it's like me being like, oh, I should have been investing in Bitcoin instead of running around on the playground. But at this case, he's just going to keep building MCVs. No reason to go for the MCVs. Oh, the word pirate is banned on Twitch? Wow, that's interesting. I don't think of pirate as a particularly offensive. Oh, he tried to use an offensive weather storm. That didn't work. Cold's dead broke. He's got 1 War Factory, and you gotta think he's gonna lose this game. Did Abdo just get 2 oils? I didn't see that. Maybe. Oh, nice. Okay, here's what it's all about. You side quest an elite IFV. You loop him all the way around here behind my head, start sniping oils. MCVs everywhere. 14k to 500. You got to think that's going to be the determining factor here. But the thing is, Abdo just made that push and paid for it. Now he's like, whatever. You want to sit back? I'll sit back. There you go. So behind my head, you guys may have missed that. That was a chrono batch of prism tanks that took out an oil. 1 by 1. People say, how do you take out a base like this? I say, the same way that you eat an elephant. Bite by bite. I've tried to remix that phrase a few times. Like, same way you build a castle, brick by brick. I think eating an elephant, for some reason, is the best. I saw a funny Reddit thread the other day that was like, all right, if every person on Earth has to choose a word, and if you choose a word that no one else chooses, you get $1 million, what word would you choose? And it's kind of a funny idea because if you, like, everyone's going to choose crazy words, so maybe the best strategy is to pick a word like dog, because no one would ever choose that word, you know? All right, Abdo, the Shadow. Let's go, buddy. The Elite IFVs. The Elite IFVs are cooking. Dude, these Elite IVs, here, the only play is this. Cold needs to get Abdo to attack, and then he needs to chrono launch the IVs into the corner of his base. Doof with the raid. Doof, thanks, buddy. Here we go. The crescendo, boys. The crescendo. Oh, these elite IVs are doing work. We have a Chronosphere. We have a Weather Storm. What's the move? Chronosphere coming. He tried to use the Weather Storm on his army. It didn't work. And that'll be it. Abdo takes it home after a blood-grueling 20-minute game. Doof's stream just ended, which means we get Ed and Snark back, which is great because I'm bored of talking to myself. I am. Abdo up 2-0. Snark, how'd you do, buddy? Did you beat up Ed?
Beat up is the wrong word there.
What was the score?
Score was what was it, 5-4, I think.
Oh yeah, Snark
What?
played like a beast.
You guys got a barn burner over there?
It
Oh
was nice.
my
Oh,
goodness.
I'm ready.
Yeah, Ed doesn't want to get booted again. Dude, I can't believe you guys had a barn burner. It's such a shame. There's such little amounts of Red Alert 2 content. You get 2 overlapping. Very, very sad. Makes me tear up. Okay, Abdo Cold. I'm gonna catch you guys up on what's going on. You just missed a 20-minute AVA game. Abdo is up 2-0. He's beating up Cold.
20 minutes and Abdo's winning? Dude.
I know. I thought Cold just beat Abdo the other day, and we got the Egyptian bug. Nice.
Ivor, how come you're doing all the fun stuff
The
as soon as me and Ed go and play?
The 20-minute AVA. I wish you guys would have been here, man. We could have talked about so many things. Those are the games where we could discuss each other's lives, you know. Oh my god. Oh my.
Too slow for my taste.
Dude, yeah, I think we got to go no gap generators for sure.
Really?
In Blitz. Yeah, I mean, they just slow it down, right? They're just a massive. You get to that point late game where it's like you have to push in. It's such a huge defensive advantage, right? I don't know. Are they needed so versus Allied? I think we could scrap them. Okay, let's try this again.
I wonder. All right, interesting. We'll discuss it later.
Yeah, we'll tinker.
He didn't like the idea.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, whenever Snark says, interesting, we'll discuss it later. What he means is, I do not like this idea. Whoa, what's going on with my ping? Okay. We're gonna pretend like we didn't see that. Cross our fingers.
So interesting. So 2-0 for Abdo, but it was mirrored factions, and now they have to play Silver Allied. Cold is gonna go Soviet, and Abdo is Allied.
Yeah. So Allied. Yeah. So this is the first time. So both mirrored matches going down. Now Cold's got to try to win 2 Allied versus Soviet. Yeah. Could be a bit tough here. Ed, what do you think on this map though? Allied or Sov? What do you think? What do you think it's leaning?
Just from looking at it, because I haven't seen any of the games, I feel like Soviet. But I mean, if it's Yuri, GIs and everything, I don't know. I think it's balanced. I think it's fine. I think it's fair. I mean. Yeah, I think it's balanced. We saw Drunk and Marco go at it, and I think they took each other's games. Was it an Allied win and a Soviet win, or was it both Soviets?
I think both Allies won.
No.
Both Allied?
Both Soviets.
Oh yeah,
I
both.
remember
Yeah.
very distinctly, but I think Ed is right. This game as Allied is going to be all about the GIs, and we're seeing Abdo do exactly that. And the question is, what kind of value? How much can he slow down? They're forcing the Soviet to go radar early on, for example. That's phenomenal. Killing the power plant. Phenomenal. That's the kind of value you got to get early on versus Soviet on this map so that it's evened out.
Yeah, the GI is so big. Yeah, I forget, and I'm freeing some the 3 matches. My brain's melting. Yeah, the Allied, the GIs though, it comes down to the GIs, and already getting value and keeping the Soviet player off their side of the map.
Oh, Cold going a little too heavy on the Desos, I feel. That's super expensive, and with a few pillboxes, Abdo's going to be able to defend this.
Yeah, Cold. Yeah. Oh,
whoa. Nice deploy, actually. It wasn't too bad. I mean,
yeah.
he lost all his army, but that's the best he could do. Too many Desos. Snark is right, though. Way too many Desos. I feel like he didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I questionable.
You guys, I was hyping Cold up. I'm like, yeah, Cold's the lowest rated elo, but he's got the juice. I was like going off about how Cold was going to come here and wreck everybody. I severely underestimated Abdo. I think the $200 prize. These guys are hungry. Okay, Abdo's moving on. You guys are here for it now. We're on to our final 2 games. Semi-final game, Abdo versus Luke. Winner plays Osama. It's happening.
Well, okay. So just so that we get the brackets, because we missed some of the show. Osama's in the finals.
Yeah. I just pulled it up on the oh yeah. Well,
I see.
okay.
I said, okay, Osama's in the finals. Abdo has to face Luke, which has been waiting patiently this entire time. And then the winner goes to the finals for $200. That's a huge prize pool.
It's the World Cup, Snark. You got to get the people going. Got to get the people excited.
Osama just beat Drunk?
Oh yeah, he did. Wow, my brain is melting. Yes, Osama beat Drunk. It was a close one, barn burner.
Damn, yeah, because Drunk was looking tough. I mean, he beat Marco, but Osama somehow pulling ahead. And Abdo beating Cold. Is Cold just having an off day, or is Abdo having an on day? Because last time these two plays, Cold was like destroying everyone.
I know. I think Abdo. I think Abdo's playing for keeps, man. Abdo looked really, really strong in that series, but Osama also looked really strong. So now we got to see how Luke's looking. But between these final 3, I think I got Osama taking it if his computer can hold up. He did DC out of a game already.
Oh,
I think I'm putting my money on Osama.
Luke's taking it. Nah, Luke's taking it, Ivor. Come on.
Yeah, we this game is very streaky. When it comes to Cold, I feel like he's a good player, but I feel like I've seen Abdo more consistently at the top, and I think obviously the elo speaks for itself, right? That's why he has a higher elo. Cold might be not as consistent as some of the other players. Luke is one of those guys though that he's like always consistent. So I think I'm gonna go with Luke this time around.
Yeah, Luke's.
Me and Ed going for Luke. You're going for Osama. You're sure you want to take that bet?
I like it. I always feel good betting against Snark. I don't feel good betting against Ed. Snark's always wrong.
Well, Luke has to go through Abdo first, so we'll see if he can.
True. So let's get. Presumably this is Luke. Yeah, we'll assume that is Luke. Okay.
I mean, Snarks, dude, I'm literally always right, and when I'm not, I'm right.
You've had a couple of right predictions. Dude, you guys, our World Cup game from 2 years ago, the Marco versus Kian one, I don't know if you guys remember this, but this video is like, for whatever reason, YouTube just loves it. It's like the video it gives to everybody. And in that video, that's the one where Marco is just getting dismantled, and all 3 of us keep being like, this should be a really good game. Like, Marco's usually really good. And all the comments are like, LOL, commenter sucking Marco's dick and getting owned. It's
That's
like,
hilarious.
it's all these first-time viewers who are just like, why are these so obsessed with Marco winning? And you can tell all 3 of us are kind of like, damn, this game should be better. What's Marco doing? But it's like a daily comment where someone's roasting us,
Yeah, that kind of stuff happens, man. Hey, like you said last time, Cold is such a lower elo than Abdo, and what happened? You want to be like, all right, so it looks like Cold's the underdog. Oh wait, he just 3-0'd someone. Just kidding.
And that's it. I mean, it's the game, and that's why it's so hard to try to predict day to day. It's like you'd have to follow him around all morning. I wish I had a camera crew and I could follow Abdo around all morning. Then I'll tell you how he's gonna play.
Did he eat his Wheaties today or not?
Yeah. How did you sleep last night? I want a heart monitor. Here we go, guys. Game number 4 on the day, semifinal here in the World Cup. We got Luke the Jedi on the left side, facing off against Abdo the Shadow on the right side, starting off Soviet versus Soviet. We're going to do all the different factions on the 5 top maps throughout the year. We are here with the 6 top pro players from the year. Winner of this goes on to play Osama in the World Cup Blitz Finals for $200. As a reminder, guys, this is just the Blitz World Cup. We are also doing Yuri's Revenge and Red Alert 2 coming up later this month, possibly next month. Yeah, so this map, in all the games so far today, we've seen this map play really slow, which I guess I wouldn't expect for a map like this. It seems like kind of an aggressive map, but Snark, I think you've played a little more QM in Blitz. Do you see this map usually playing slow?
Well, I think it really depends on the approach. Like Luxie, for example, now coming in with the conscripts early, but because the map is a bit on the larger side, it does take your units a while to reach from your side of the map to the opponent's side, which means early pressure means he's going to have time to react, which means it's going to be less effective, for sure. But Ed, is this map a Techer or a War Factory? Or
That's a good question. I feel like a lab would be nice here, right? I feel like you can. It's all about the choke points when I look at tech versus lab. Can you defend against 5 war factories when you only have, let's say, 2 war factories? And that all comes down to the choke points and how well you can use desos / bunkers. And if I look around this map, I think that you can. You can definitely go tech here first, and especially because you have the naval, right? If you really wanted to get that dread out, not just the IC, you have the opportunity as well.
Yeah. The center. I think the center water definitely always makes it a little more tempting to lean over to tech at the dreadnoughts. Even though they can be countered from the land, we have seen them always be a threat. It's always something you're having to deal with. And I guess it's interesting because in my head as a map maker, I always think there's so many entrances, it's going to be an aggressive map. But ultimately, if each entrance is defendable, it can become a very slow map. And you see both these guys very obvious. You see bunkers out already. Yeah, but I mean, obviously both bridges are very small. The bottom side, you have to come uphill. The top side lanes are definitely the biggest to attack through. But even then, a couple crucial bunkers can give a big defensive advantage here.
Yeah, and we're gonna see this. We're gonna see it play out. It looks like Abdo going IC already, and it looks like 2 war factories now going toward maybe tech. I don't know. He has a radar, so we'll see.
yeah, so it's interesting. Luke is a little bit behind on the tech. He does have that extra war factory, but 1 war factory versus 2 easily defensible with a few sentry guns, desolators. There's no way. It's not like an overwhelming number of war factories. And Abdo having that lab out, like you were talking about, the Navy, right?
Yeah, if he can. Yeah, and he's going to go squids first to make sure he controls it. And Luke kind of a builder. It's a little bit surprising to see Luke falling behind here. I mean, Luke ultimately doing a similar thing, just a bit slower. Slower on the naval, slower on the battle lab. Now going to be way behind on the IC. But Luke's got 13K in the bank, and he's got a BF. Anything could happen with a BF. Juice that thing up.
Yeah, Boris in the BF. So powerful. Boris in the BF.
We're gonna start seeing a lot of squid fights in the naval yard here, or navals. There's squids all over. It looks like Abdo's winning the top tank fight here as well, and he's winning the squid fight in the bottom. Has IC just about ready. What does Luke do here? Because you don't want the IC to pop on your side of the map, right? So you're gonna have to do something. I don't know what, but something.
And you look across the map right now. You're just like, he's up, like Abdo's up across everything. Abdo going broke though. Luke 13K in the bank. So if Abdo can get some offensive value with his kind of leg up position right now, that's gonna be very nice because being dead broke. As we swing into like a later game, Luke could definitely swing back into this now. Even on tanks though, double the war factories though for Abdo.
He's about to lose half his army here with those IC drones though.
But Abdo kind of pushes right into it. Luke, I think, so heavily able to stay away from that.
Abdo's definitely going to win this fight here in a very convincing manner. I'm not sure how Luke fell behind on War Factory so badly. He went double nuclear power plant.
He should be able to defend. He should be fine. I think he should be fine.
Oh yeah, and the BF Tesla tank. Don't tell the BF Tesla Trooper BF. Don't forget about that. Rolling in hot. But yeah, it's weird because he's behind on War Factories and tech. You got to, generally one or the other.
Did he just lose his IC? Is that what happened? Or has he not built it? I don't know. I didn't pay attention.
Luke did not have an IC. I don't think Luke had an IC.
I don't think he had IC, which again is confusing me because a third nuclear power plant. Why? You're behind on War Factories. You have 11K in the bank.
What?
Why are you falling behind on production? But this dread, the dreadnought.
Wait, how did
Holy moly!
Huge value.
How did Luke get up in the water? I thought Abdo had that like lock, stock, and 2 smoking barrels tied up in the middle. Now this dreadnought is feasting. And there's a Boris out. Why is there 3 nuclear reactors for Luke? IC blows it a little bit early, but gonna try to crowd the BF. Going into the army.
Value.
Next.
Getting value. Force shields the lab. Tesla troopers here to help. Luke is gonna hold this. 1 nuclear. Who cares about this nuclear reactor? I have 2 more.
Give him the nuclear reactor if he wants it.
That is so funny. Why does he build 3 nuclear reactors when he's behind on production? I don't get it.
Even on war factories, even on oils,
If he defends this one here, I think he can get. He's back in the game right now. Abdo's in full control. He's in the driver's seat. IC. The next IC is going to be Luke's, and it looks like he has the water. Look at those squids. We can't count how many squids there are, but it looks like there's more red squids battling out right there.
Yeah, Abdo with a bit of a split here in the bottom. 4 rhinos in the bottom. Luke going into the center now. Oh, this oil is going to hurt Luke a little bit. It's a war factory.
He does have another ice. Nuke.
Yeah,
Oh,
get happy to
fine.
get that nuke, and those tanks are still fighting on the left side. You're gonna get another oil as well. Kirov now coming for Abdo. Wow, this has been a wacky game.
Yeah, goes down, and again, Abdo hit on tanks.
And Luke didn't
the
use his
IC.
IC. He's had his IC ready for the record.
Oh, and there's 4 vets in that group. He's gonna get an elite rhino out of this. And when it's all said and done, now he doesn't have any nuclear reactors left.
Somehow.
Should have built 4.
Oh! He keeps it, at least for now. He keeps the IC for now.
In the top 3
Another
rhinos,
dread-
gets on.
Another dreadnought doing work. This is
You're
such,
off
the
jumps
nuke.
Dreadnought. I love it.
this is such a weird game. If you looked at the screenshots, you just keep thinking the player on the you'd be like, whoever's on the left is not doing good, and then he keeps kind of pulling out these Oh my gosh, the dreadnought is.
He needs to force a shield. I would go straight into for the MCV/Battle Lab. That way the nuke didn't pop off.
Oh,
but
try to
nuke
put the
fell
nuke
anyways.
down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, but Luke is winning this fight big time. He might have just lost half of his baits, but this BF,
Oh
and now he
my-
has
the elite BF! The elite BF! He pulls it up. Oh my gosh, Luke.
For all those Luke doubters, he did it anyways. He was behind in tech. He was behind in wars. He
What?
kept losing every single army he had, and somehow I think it was the naval. The dreads were just doing damage like the entire game.
The
I am
dreads
so
were huge.
confused.
That was
I am so yeah.
weird.
Dude, I could not keep an eye on everything that was going on there. There was splits constantly, naval, and I mean, yeah, it felt like Luke was losing that entire game, and he kept losing engagements, and he kept losing nuclear power plants. He made 3 of them for some reason, and he lost all 3.
He made 3, lost 3.
I am so confused. That was one of the most confusing games to commentate ever.
Yeah, and I am so giddy because literally the Tesla Trooper BF was ultimately the one on the front lines going elite, blowing down the MCV. Wow, very, very strange, but definitely gets you excited about this series because clearly both these guys are rocking and rolling. That's got to be a frustrating one for Abdo because you got to think he had the feeling throughout that, like, oh, I'm ahead here, I'm ahead there, I'm ahead there. Oh, I just lost. You know, like what?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, where was the value when he was ahead? What was
Yeah.
he getting that made him further ahead? I think every time it was just sacrificing his army. For a second though, I know Snark wanted to throw in the towel for Luke. He's like, all right, this is
Yeah.
GG. But no, yeah, Luke doing a fantastic job holding. Hey, that's one of the key things of this game. You know, your defense, good defense. Snark
Wow.
did that to me a couple times this series.
Wait, yeah,
Hater.
were you guys? Was it a Yuri's Revenge series?
Mix. It was a mix.
Oh,
Regular to Yuri's Revenge.
Oh, spicy. How was Snark play some Yuri? Did Snark win his Yuri points?
He won every single Yuri point.
And Ed won every single Red Alert 2 point.
Oh, that's good.
Well, the only reason I won that series was because I rolled higher than Ed, so we started on Yuri.
Oh,
That's funny.
Oh, so it just goes
No,
back and forth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not like I'm new to Yuri's Revenge, you know. I don't play it as much, but Snark just played really, really good.
Damn.
Gotta give it to
Snark.
him.
Thanks, Ed. Thanks,
Spicy.
man.
Spicy.
First time ever that I beat Ed, I believe.
Yeah, I was gonna say
in my
I can't remember that. Yeah, wow, spicy. So GGI IFVs, sniper IFVs, I like it. Busting out all the toys. If this map plays like it has throughout today, we're gonna see some kind of early fun shenanigans while they harass corner tech, and then we will settle into a 10-minute trench warfare where both players just lob smoke grenades to the other enemy's trenches and like hold their breath. See what happens.
Very early double AFC for Abdo. He doesn't have the eco to make 5 eagles. No way.
Yeah, and the GGI IFEs, that's what they're there for, right? Like, he's gonna counter these Eagles, so Abdo, if he's broke right now, probably not the best idea to sacrifice the Eagles, but I mean, that's what they're there for, right? You have unlimited resources with these oils, so just keep rebuilding.
Yeah, and
No, what he's at is they're a little bit out of position, and he's gonna push while he's pushing with these eagles. Very nice. Sniper actually getting value.
Ooh, Luke doing a good job. Microing, defending the bottom side. Microing, keeping an eye on the Eagles. The Eagles are trying to distract a little bit. Ooh.
So it does say the AFC, but he had an extra. I thought he was going to catch him on the pad there.
Yeah, this is good.
Very
This is good
nice.
multitasking from both players, actually.
Absolutely top level play here now. Luke is the one with the double AFC. They're gonna try and start sniping oils probably. Abdo getting his second AFC back up as well.
Yeah, and I think it's, you know, for this match, I think it's so important. We kind of talked about this in the last game, but the idea of like, what are the 3 matches you're going to win? And I think Abdo wanted that Soviet one, but now he needs this AVA one because Luke's allied, I think, on Quicksand. The next map is going to be so tough. But Luke's just such a strong allied player. I think Abdo really needed that first Soviet point, and being down, losing that first mirror match, he needs this one. And this is Luke's game, man. Eagles and building and anti-air and long games and tech. This is Luke's style.
I mean, triple AFC out for Luke. That's a bit of confidence. So he's going to use those a lot. Eagles coming in the bottom to try and snipe Luke's oil to return the favor. Does get it.
Yeah, you know, if you know it's going to be a long game, you know your opponent's going to play like that, do anything. Pay any cost to get an oil. Eventually, he's going to run out of oils. Ooh, a little sloppy there from Abdo.
Yeah, that's true, and I think that's what they're going to be doing here. Both players sacrificing the Eagles, just going for whatever little oil that they can get. Keep in mind, it only takes 5 Eagles to take out an oil. They're sending 8 Eagles to take it out because they know they're going to lose them on the way.
Yeah, and it's where, I mean, it's in a late game, late builder game like this. This map, I think, for AVA is just really lends itself to this like your side, my side, throwing blows, and yeah, do whatever it takes to get the oils. Gap's already out now for Luke.
Yeah, you like that. Interesting Rocketeer throw from Abdo. I'm not sure about that. And he only goes for an AFC. Luke is going to go for an oil, obviously.
Yeah, Luke
He's
knows.
gonna get-
Yeah, he knows exactly what he's doing here. Luke says, I'll give you anything. Let's make a trade. I'll give you anything. I get an oil. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, Luke's happy to take those trades all day long, and we're starting to see the benefits of that. Look at Abdo's cash at the moment.
Yeah. He can't, and now he can't rebuild his Eagles as fast. He still has 2 pads, but I mean, only 2 Eagles on him.
He can't build his Eagles at all. He's completely broke. And Luke has a weather storm.
yeah, and that's a great investment, especially in a game that you know is going to go long. Earlier, you get the weather storm up, I guess. Just let that thing keep pumping. And the Eagles.
Yeah, Luke's playing this perfectly. Abdo's in trouble.
I think Luke, he gets like a tingle, I think, in his inner ear. As soon as his Eagles are ready, they're out every time.
Yeah, literally. And another oil goes down for Abdo as if he wasn't broke enough. Although Luke now does finally go broke, maybe making a little bit too many Rocketeers and remaking those Eagles on 3 pads does strain the economy. Abdo keeps rebuilding those oils. Now remember, there is a 12 oil limit here.
Yeah, and Luke puts himself low power for a moment, so Abdo can kind of spy his or check out his base. So Luke's gapped up. Abdo's not gapped up. Abdo needs to gap up now too, which is also an expensive endeavor. But he needs to get on it. Jay with the bits, thanks, buddy.
Yeah, this weather storm though, that's gonna be the name of the game because it's counting down, and that's gonna be problematic later on.
Oh, weather storm?
Oh, he should have crashed into it.
So close.
That would have been
And that's
huge.
ballsy. That's ballsy from Luke not using his shield there. He's like, all right, I think it's gonna be fine. I think it's gonna be fine. You know, like, what are you doing? Hey, shield it.
Yeah, and who exactly knows by heart how many Eagles does it take to kill a weather storm? I don't know.
Yeah, what
That's
is
a
it?
good-
Seven?
not too
maybe?
sure.
I mean, maybe the same as an MCV set. Would it be 7?
7, 8?
Probably.
7? I have
Seems
no
about
idea.
right.
Yeah, but for Luke to do that equation, be like, oh, I'll still have 3 ticks left. Yeah, that's I like that risk though for Abdo. I mean, obviously when something doesn't work, it's hard to call it a good idea, but he kind of needed to take that risk because he's about to eat a weather storm, and the oils, he just
Luke just lost all of his Eagles up top. Abdo positioning those
he's-
Rocketeers perfectly. He saves the oil. Beautiful.
save the oil.
Weather storm in 1 minute. That's crazy.
All right, so you're the weather storm user. Where do you put it?
Well, if you've already gotten so many oils, I feel like I personally would just go for more oils. But oh, what? Why is he-
Whoa! Not waiting for the
Not
weather
good.
storm.
Not good, Luke. Not good, Luke.
Luke decides to do it the hard way, but Abdo has some of his prism tanks out of position. Just trading blows here. Oh, dude. Abdo,
Interesting. Yeah, he does win that engagement barely.
It's
yeah,
a
I
little
guess-
messy of a fight there.
Oh, both AFCs.
Almost. Does get a war factor in
He
AFC,
could've
and now
pos-
more Eagles from Luke coming in. This Chronosphere is gonna go down.
Ooh,
Oh,
saves the
for sure.
That was
Right.
yeah. That was those fights. I mean, trying to get your prisms to be targeting, to try to have your IFVs on the back to be shooting the enemy Rockies, and then how you throw the Rockies. Abdo didn't quite juggle that very well, but did. I mean, that was, I guess he held, but I feel like how could things get better for Abdo? Down.
Well,
sorry, go ahead. Ed.
right
next game they
now,
can.
right now, this Chrono is going to be devastating for Abdo. He just used his shield. He can't shield again.
Oh.
Yeah.
Weather.
Loses both super weapons. Luke still has both of his super weapons. So, Ivan, you ask how can Abdo save this situation? It's very easy. Win the next game.
Yeah, win. Yeah. Win the next game, and Abdo puts himself in a very precarious situation. Now forced to win both Allied and Soviet here on Quicksand.
Oh, Pirate is in the chat. I love Pirate. One of the
Prostate.
best Twitch chatters.
He, I realized about Prostate Pirate is that the name is actually Prostate Plurate because you can't use the word pirate in Twitch, so that's an L, not an I.
Oh.
Isn't that so weird that Twitch bans the word pirate?
Really? You can't have in your username Pirate. I wonder why.
That's interesting.
That's like pirates like such a like I feel like in American like English language in America it's like so it's like clowny, you know. I'd like pirate, like you never be like, ah, you pirate. You know, like ah.
As an insult.
Yeah.
You fucking pirate. Yeah.
All right,
Very
so
Wait,
Ab-
Luke is up too, and this is kind of scary because Abdo beat Cold. He looked so strong, so powerful, and Luke wins the first two games. Sama should be scared right now.
pretty decisively too. Yeah, and the GIs are coming. Luke's GIs, the nastiest GIs in the game, they're coming. Abdo knows they're coming. The only thing he has going in his favor is that he knows they're coming. I'm a bit worried for the Shadow. A bit worried for the Shadow.
Yeah. So, Ed, are you a believer in like early Deso or lots of sentry guns, lots and lots of sentry guns?
I am a trial and error type player, so I have no idea which one works best. I'd have to play a couple games like this to know. In my opinion, just off the bat, I feel like a Deso would be nice. Early radar, and just have a Deso. Though, I mean, that's scary because I saw Drunk versus Marco. Drunk immediately had a bunch of Desos and 2 snipers to back him up. So once you have those snipers, what do you do with your Deso?
Yeah, but then the Allied player's overextending himself, right? In that game, in the end, Marco won, and the reason is because he went GIs, he went early FC, he made 2 snipers. Yeah, he beat the Desos, but he fell behind on tank so badly.
That is true.
It
That is true.
It's nice that the game balances out like that because it's nice that there is a high cost to that because the snipers backing 20 GIs is so devastating. And so it looks like Abdo is going to go with sentry guns. And yeah, it really is. So much of this game will come down to this first engagement and how he handles this. And he does. He separates the Grizzlies from. Now it's duck away from that pillbox. And Abdo.
That was perfect. Did you see that defense there from Abdo? Phenomenal.
And
Both players are going to trade a power plant
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
when it's all said and done, nice to call that a little power plant swap. Kind of a soft GI. What do you think that was? Like 12 GIs? A little bit soft. We've seen Luke certainly go heavier. And I like that tactical play there from Luke to be like, maybe he thinks, yeah, everyone knows I normally go 20 GIs. I'm gonna go a little softer, and then I'm gonna try to go over to Grizzlies and Dogs a little sooner than would be expected, maybe. But not playing the way that everyone thinks you're gonna play is certainly a good idea generally.
Yeah, but 2 war factors versus 2 war factors. You're facing the Soviet players, still don't have an AFC. I mean, I like this line of pillboxes, but all Abdo has to do is say, I'm attacking from the left now.
this is like as a player right now, this is one of those positions where you're down 0-2. You know you have to take some chances. You don't want to make mistakes. You know on a small map like this against a player like Luke, if you get out of position, he's just going to dive down and take your MCV. There's always the gut shot potential. But you know in the back of your head, I just got through the GI rush, and I need to find value before he gets over to tech. But, man, it's like juggling chainsaws. This is tough. Sniper out to deal with the fodder.
Each get 2 crates, so 1 speed crate, 1 money crate, and snipers for the fodder. I like that.
Oh, dives that drone in. Wow, that was surgeon-like technical skills there. And a cannon out.
All right. So now we're getting closer to the mid game. I feel like now Luke can breathe a little bit better, right? That cannon and that sniper definitely help question Abdo pushing in, but he's not questioning anything. He's still going in.
He's got it.
He has the rhinos. He has the rhinos.
Every second the game goes longer, it's going to shift more in Luke's favor, and I love that Abdo knows that, and he's staying busy. Oh, he goes low power. Prism Tower comes out, but goes low power. The sniper's thinning out Abdo's fodder is a big issue here. Trying to go sniper IFV, Abdo denies that. Wow, this is the first person to make a mistake here. It's a big rhino bundle.
A lot of fodder for Luke Z.
Yeah, that fodder is doing work here for Luke, keeping him alive because I feel like he's been out tanked and he's been like in the borderline of losing the entire game. But the fodder is literally the thing that's just keeping him, maybe making Abdo question himself when he pushes in. But yeah,
Abdo has the numbers.
Yeah,
I mean, if he micros, I mean, I love these GIs. Perfect position.
But Luke is such a squirrely player. Like Luke is one of those players where he doesn't quit early. He's always playing. He's always forcing players to convert, and because of that, he's gotten so good in these positions where he's just outgunned. And you saw him there already when Abdo was pushing in. If Abdo had started diving on a war factory, Luke would have pounced out and tried to turn the tides. So I like Luke hanging and banging here. Although ultimately he's out tanked. 16-24, tons of fodder, tons of defensive structures, but Abdo should be able to find value here.
Yeah,
he's looking for that right now.
Power drop lands. He needs to go in. He should just click his tanks all the way north, all the way up.
Yeah.
Go in and then go around, and he should be fine.
Yeah, he doesn't. There's no reason to stay and engage in this defended zone, but it's not gonna matter. I mean, he's gonna he does it the old-fashioned way. It's like, Abdo, there's a brick wall. You want to climb over? Do you want to hire a ship to take you over? You want to dig a tunnel?
Smash!
Smash! I will be smashing my head into the wall until my ears bleed and the wall crumbles, or my skull crumbles.
Hey, it worked out for him, didn't it? Abdo's clearly winning this game. Valiant effort there from Luxi, but again, GIs didn't pay off as much as he wanted them to. And at the end of the day, he spent so much on fodder and so much on defenses that he never got to the allied fancy toys, which does mean that Abdo's on the board. It's not going to be a clean sweep. Beautiful.
But tough game for Abdo now. Abdo's allied versus Luke Soviet. Or sorry. Wait, God, I'm just mixing this up now.
Yeah, Abdo gets allied now, and Luke gets Soviet. Dude, we just saw what Abdo can do with Soviet on this map. Does he have an ace up his sleeve as allied on this map? Ed, what would your approach be here as allied?
Shit, man, I don't know. If we've been seeing the early GIs doing work, I mean, you just have to micro them a little bit better. But the question is, do you overcommit on the GIs? We saw Luke going, 10, 15 GIs, maybe?
GI.
It didn't really work out. We saw Drunk go like 20 to 30 GIs, and now that feels like that's very dangerous, you know? If you start putting sentries on one side, you can, like you said, you can just go off to the other side. So that's what I would do. I'm not sure if that's the trick. Well, let's see what Abdo does.
Yeah, I do feel like there's value to be had with these GIs. I think you go to a zone, he does a sentry. You go to another zone, he does a sentry. You force him to go deso, you pull back. I think that there's value to be had with 15 to 20 GIs on a map like this. Let's see what Abdo, how many he brings out here. Up to 10 already, huh? Yeah, soft. We're not going to go. Oh, still building. Okay.
Keeps them coming.
Jay, thanks for the guns
coming out.
Luke is going to go for sentry gun defense. We spoke. Sentry guns versus deso.
The dog there from Luke in the backside forces Abdo to cancel his GIs, and I feel like maybe that made him question whether he should build any more there.
Yeah, he's
Just stops the production there.
Oh,
He
he's
had-
just gonna push in. Okay,
Oh,
interesting.
has to be careful. You see Luke, and Luke wants those guys in a bundle, wants to try to run him over. Pushes right in. Pushes right in. Oh my goodness. Abdo has to be so careful. Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, that's value. That's value right there. He's going for the oil
Targets-
with the GIs.
Probably
Luke rushes in.
Probably shouldn't have targeted that oil. Probably should have stayed on the tanks. Now what? Diving on the oil. I don't think that's the... Oh, and when it's all said and done. So many little things there. Probably shouldn't have... He wanted to try to get value out of it, but just taking out his entire army would have... And keeping his army alive may have given more value. Forced a lot of sentry guns, but Luke's still not broke. As the dust settles... Abdo's still looking for value, and I like it.
I mean, he slowed down Luke enough to be only on 1 war factory at this point, and
True.
now he's spamming conscripts as well. Abdo up to 2 war factories, but again, it's basically a mirror matchup. I mean, Abdo is doing exactly what Luke did last game, even though Abdo won that game.
Yeah. Tons of dogs now. Go over to dogs and stressing out his economy now. Now too much fodder. But I kind of like this for Abdo because I do kind of like this idea of him. Oh my!
that's
Is
just
there a worse
charging
place to be on the map?
Yeah,
I know.
why he's attacking from that direction.
Yeah.
Oh, he wants the
so
base
all that money he just spent there for the dogs immediately gone. That's a lot of sentry guns. You don't really want to send your fodder through those. Oh.
Wow, Luke steals that crate. He's gonna get 3.
Yeah, Abdo's one click away from this swinging here. But he's spamming the dogs. He says I'd rather lose broke than lose with money saved.
Yeah, and Luke's dogs just clean up half of Abdo's dogs there for nothing really. He loses in oil too.
Again, finally the AFC is out. You gotta play Allied. You can't
Yeah.
play Soviet versus Soviet, right? It's gonna... Okay, you could survive. Good enough micro pillboxes. Eventually, you gotta start playing Allied, which means the
Yeah.
fancy Allied toys.
Yeah, and making that switch over so hard because it's so tempting to say, oh, it's tank for tank. I want more tanks, I want more dogs, I want more tanks, I want more dogs. But then it's like you're gonna have to make that decision. And now over to Battle Lab, does he have the money for this?
I mean, he's stretching his limits. If he only makes tanks, he should be fine. He needs a big bunch of Mirages to hold off versus Luxie at the moment.
I was about
Cannon,
to
I
jokingly
like
say
that.
he needs a Grand Cannon, but the Grand Cannon on the backside, and this map, especially when you see players like Abdo, he likes this base stretch down the edge side. Oftentimes you'll see that backdoor split take out the MCV, so it's not a bad place for a cannon, but you can only have one. And and a Prism Tower. Abdo's hanging and banging, man.
Why is he still making Grizzlies, though? I feel like Mirages is the right play here, no?
He's on 6K now, yeah.
There they are.
Now he's
Mirages
like,
are coming out.
Gonna lose an oil.
Does lose an oil, but I like what Abdo's done here as far as his base. He kind of put it in that one top right corner. He didn't spread it out, so he doesn't have to defend all of. He just
True.
defends this right side. That's all he needs to do.
Yeah, and it does
One
kind
hand on the left, and
Protect
that's
as
yeah,
well.
fine.
Kirov on the field now.
So he's gonna have to try to scramble some IFVs. That's gonna dwindle his tank numbers, which he can't afford. Does keep that Prism Tower alive, which is nice. He's on 7K more. So now it's like fat kid in a candy shop. Prism Towers, Mirages, maybe some Rockies. Probably doesn't want to go Eagles, but does need more Prisms. Probably Rock. Oh, gets in the cannon zone. Luke does Abdo a huge favor there.
Cleaning up the IFVs.
Oh, he
so that
cleaned up.
Wolf could get value.
Oh, he dove. Now it's left.
One GTI.
One GGI. It's on 1 tick. It's on 1 tick. How many? What's it take? Oh, he loses the war. Okay, he has another war. Dude, this is so stressful for Abdo.
Yeah, but Luke has the IC out and he has the
Yeah.
War Factory numbers. I mean, at this point, Luke is ahead. Abdo's
Yeah.
been doing a valiant job defending, but he has been losing value slowly. Luke doesn't mind throwing away an army at this point. It will be replenished really quickly, and he could just defend with Desolators.
And what a top-level move there to throw that army like that, to clean out the anti-air, to open things up for the Kirov. He knows there was no counter-offensive potential from Abdo, so he wasn't worried about losing his army. Very, very nice. I fell for it. I thought he was making a mistake.
Yeah,
IC's
now he has
ready.
3 Kurovs. An
Big.
IC.
Big IC. Abdo's not. Abdo
Well-
decides to try to body block the army instead of running. Love that.
Oh, an elite Rhino.
I think that was the
And
best case scenario for Abdo. I mean, ultimately, he didn't lose any of his bases or base, and if he runs with Mirage tanks, those are going to die anyway. So,
yeah, I think I guess that was an uphill battle all game there for Abdo. Yeah, really well played, but Luke looking tough.
Again, I think he played the Soviets game for a little bit too long.
Yeah, just a little, maybe an extra, if you maybe switched over just a little bit earlier. But that early push, he tried to get that oil, didn't get the oil. It's the edge of a razor, especially against a player like Luke. Luke takes that one home. And we have our World Cup Finals. World Cup Finals. Osama, let's go. Osama.
Right, so just to set the record straight, so that no one gets confused. Me and Ed are betting on Luke. Ivor is betting on Osama.
I feel a little less excited after watching that game, but I stand by it. I got Osama taking it home. Osama's got the little kid energy, man. Luke's an adult.
Come on.
Luke's dealing with adult stuff. Osama's
Luke's a freaking Jedi, man. You think a dragon can beat a Jedi? Come on.
Let's see, Osama. Yeah, Osama and Luke, and it's interesting because I think I feel like these two have been in the finals the last the last one I streamed, the last Pro 1 official monthly tournament. Osama beat Luke. I think was the last one I streamed. But Luke with
Osama did beat Luke.
But Luke with a pretty significant elo advantage on all these guys. Let's see if
that just strengthens what I'm saying. If Osama won last time, now it's Luke's turn. I'll give you one chance to back out of your bet.
I'm not backing down. I'm sticking to Osama. Let's see if he's online. If Osama's here and doesn't disconnect, then I vote for Osama. Ed, tell me about the CNC Net coin that we're gonna make. The Bitcoin for CNC Net.
Oh man, don't even get me started. I need the CNC Net team to be on board, and that's the only way that we can make this work. If we can get a utility coin that you can actually get value for having players come and play your ladder, you're gonna get new players. You're gonna make money. It's gonna bring. Oh man, it'll be a nice one, dude. I'm telling you. You stake these coins and you play the ladder. By winning games, you get some coins. Come on.
Yeah, so it's okay. So so basically we're gonna make a Bitcoin, and the way you mine the coin is by completing quick match, Red Alert 2 quick match objectives, and then you can maybe trade the coins as well, sell the coins once they become worth tons of money. Obviously, that's how we all get rich. I
think it's a brilliant idea, man. I think it's something that we should pursue, but we just need to get CNC Net team on board. We get the APIs from ChatGPT, make them mesh, talk to each other, and then that's it. GG,
easy.
Nori.
Wait, what's ChatGPT's role in this?
Oh, dude, he's guiding me.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I like that. Let's ask my my ChatGPT Yuri bot. Hey Yuri, do you think it's a good idea to make a Bitcoin for Red Alert 2? Sure, but be ready for your fortune to mind control you like Yuri's Psychic Dominator. Thanks, Yuri.
Oh wow. Well, that sounds very appealing.
I'm trying to program him to be short and witty, and he's gone to the point now where he literally says nothing. It's like he just is always saying nothing. Okay, Osama is confirmed online. He's on his way, boys. This is the $200 Red Alert 2 Blitz World Cup Finals happening right now. Someone taking home $200. And again, guys, if you guys don't like this Blitz game mode as much, your regular Yuri's Revenge, regular Red Alert 2 coming up later on this month. Oh yeah, wheel spin. XIX, you get the wheel spin for that last game prediction. Let's see what you get. Oh, you're rolling for $10 now, XIX. Cross your fingers, buddy. Rolling for $10. You get a high five. Even better. Come on, Osama.
It's the finals. He wants the suspense. He wants people to be like, "Come on." So yeah, let's have a quick look at the brackets again, Ivor. So, Luke, there's a reason you seeded it like this, right? Osama and Luke.
Osama and Luke are the number 2. Yeah, or the 1 and 2. So they only had to win their one game to get in here. And impressive games they are, both Drunk and Abdo, and fairly convincing victories. I think Osama's and Drunks did come down to a barn burner, but Osama's definitely dialed in. I think we are in for a really, really spicy series. The only reason that I'm mildly alarmed is because Osama's internet is not in particularly convincing form today. But other than that, if Osama can get through the series, I think he's got it.
If Osama can get here, then
Yeah,
Yeah.
something to get to the lobby for starters.
Yeah, there's so many, and that's why Osama is the kind of player who's busting down obstacles. First, he has to get to the lobby. It's like 50-50 chance. He's already got a 50% chance of losing before the game starts. First, he's got to get to the lobby. Then he's got to load, 50-50 chance. And then he's got to not DC mid-game, 50-50 chance.
well, there's a 50-50 chance that he's grounded. First of all,
Yeah. I was telling people that. I'm like, talking about Osama. I was like, there was a year or so where I was like, thought he was making stuff up, and then I realized he's a little kid. I was like, what? Make your own schedule. He's like, I have to go to school.
yeah.
That's hilarious.
Just like going way too hard on this kid. His parents are. He's like, yeah, this Ivor guy. He runs the tournaments I play. He says I have to skip school today.
That's hilarious. That's really funny.
Four Lights, do I owe you
I
a
mean-
wheel spin? Oh, there's a wheel spin for you, Four Lights, for working hard in the chat today. You're rolling for $10, buddy. $10. Four Lights gets $10. There you go. There
I
you
mean,
go.
But $200 for playing your game as a kid, everyone's wet dream, right?
You got, I know.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if I feel like at school, this would be one of those things kids would say you like wouldn't believe them. Like, yeah, this one guy, he streams a game. It's a 20-year-old game that I started playing because I saw my grandpa play it, and he gives me money. Everyone's like, no, that's not real. Osama.
Yeah, that's not real. Either that or he's like trying to bait you into something.
Yeah. Just be careful with those American guys giving you money for playing video games. Sounds like a scam to me.
It literally sounds like a scam. That's so funny. Yeah.
Luke, Osama is here. Luke's in red, Osama's in yellow. Sove verse Sove. Let's get it rocking and rolling.
All right. Osama versus yeah. So basically, like we said, Ivor's always wrong, which is why Luke is gonna take this one.
I think we go back.
Easy.
Let's go back to Worms rules. Back to Worms rules, I think.
All right. My prediction is both go one war factory and immediately tech on this map.
Yeah, you gotta think. Let's get this. Let's do a quick leg test here. Yeah, with Fortune Chaos taking down their tunnels, we're in a precarious situation. I feel like especially on the weekends as well. I'm just so confused. Like these 50 tunnels, who are the people that run all these tunnels? Like we don't know anyone. Like who redalert2.com tunnel? Who runs that? There's some random guy paying $50 a month for that tunnel. It's crazy. Who are you? Jesus.
But dude, it's one of the great mysteries of how things get done around here. No one knows, Ivor. No one
Yeah,
knows.
how
The game
do-
is keeping itself alive.
It took me so long to get like a feel for like how it works. Like I'm like, okay, but like who's in charge and who's doing it? It's everyone's just like there's like a handful of people who do stuff. It's kind of random. They kind of come and go. Someone gets really excited about an idea, does something cool, and then they get really annoyed with everybody and then they leave. Cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's been the
that
story of
describes
Red
it
Alert 2 for a
perfectly.
long
Yeah.
time.
And
Since like
Signup,
early access time.
have
Dude,
you, and
oh
you've
my
seen them
God.
come and go, the newcomers with their big ideas.
It's been fantastic, dude. It's sad. It's so sad because there's so many like gifted, like good developers that end up just having beef with another developer or something, you know, or just bored of the CNCnet community and just they took off, you know. And I was like, damn, like that guy was good. Why is he leaving?
No. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Neo was one of them for the record.
Oh,
He
yeah.
left Olaf. or
Neo's
Top.
Neo's like old like that, huh? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Neo Grant was he was
And we're seeing
a right-hand man, I
Osama
guess?
with the
No, right-
quadruple dog opening, moving
Yeah.
his MCV towards Luke Z's base.
You never
he used
see
to work
this.
Does he get
alongside
it?
with.
Does he get it?
You gotta love World Cup for this reason. Okay.
No, it's just like this, boys. It's
See-
just like
So,
this. Don't be
Deploy cell
excited.
MCV, capture other MCV.
This is not looking good.
Yeah, it's like like spikes. We're getting spikes.
Oh, the latency mode just corrected. Let's see, maybe. I mean, a little bit of lag with Osama is just kind of the cost of doing business, I guess. How these two have to come battle. It's just a lag test. All you have to do is have dogs run in circles. You don't have to do this.
Decent, says Osama.
Osama's like, it's so fast.
See, I've already told you
Fastest
Luke was
ever
gonna
been.
win.
I think that's doable. I think that's doable.
Alright. And that's 1-0 for Luke.
Are you guys not entertained?
All right, let's cross our fingers. Let's cross
Alright,
our
now
fingers.
it's for real. Now it's for real.
For real. For real. Ladies and gentlemen, Red Alert 2 World Series World Cup Grand Finals. Winner of this series taking home $200 cash money and the World Cup crown. We've already had some spicy games here today. Marco versus Drunk, Drunk versus Osama. Anyway, long story short, Luke and Osama making their way here to the finals. These are our top 2 rated players for the moment, so the ELOs were correct. The last tournament matchup of these guys, Osama did take it home, but it was very close. Luke does have more World Series titles under his belt, but Osama, just one of those players who just seems to keep getting better and better. But Luke, we just saw Luke play, was looking so nasty. And we are getting a bit of lag here. Type red or yellow in the chat, get those predictions in. And yeah, Osama's biggest hurdle is his internet connection. Just cross our fingers. Last time it balanced out once the latency mode corrected. If you're not crossing your fingers, yeah, please do that. So I'm going with Osama still if the internet can hold up.
You've always been a naive fool.
But yeah, I just feel like, and also, you know, Osama has the internet going for him because Osama's used to playing with lag. And Luke, it could get really frustrated. That's my other thing. I don't know.
That's an interesting point.
I just
want
it to work. Just run smoothly. Like, come on, it's a 20-year-old game, people. Okay.
Nice micro there by Luke dodging that drone. Osama losing a drone there in between
Yeah,
two
but
sentry
two
guns.
sentry guns for one drone. It's like you pay twice as much as the drone cost just to kill one drone. I don't know.
But then the sentry guns look cool.
Yeah.
True.
And
True,
they're for
that's
later.
They're for
be
later. So we have seen the BF on this map, the Battle Fortress that comes out in the middle. We've seen that be a little bit spicy. I think the Tesla Troopers in it is the meta. Luke actually got a lot of value out of it in his semifinal game using that. Super early Desolator here for Osama. Says he doesn't want to play Conscript Wars, although he has more Conscripts. It's kind of funny. Normally the player with less Conscripts would hit the Desolator button. Osama over to multiple Desolators here early on, and now Battle Lab, and Luke nowhere to be found on tech. Still no radar.
Yeah, double war factory for Luke. We saw him do the same build, go double war factory, and then tech up. It worked out for him versus Abdo, but Osama's not Abdo. Oh, and Luke dives for the... I don't know if that was a good idea. He lost his entire army there. Was that worthwhile?
And he doesn't have a radar himself to defend here. He has 3 war factories, though. Is that going to be enough to hold this off? He desperately needs a Desolator.
Yeah, no radar and no drones. What was Luke? I think Luke might just be giving Osama a point. I think this is like a flare thing. I think he's just giving him this first point. This is not expected from Luke, especially after that last series. Wow.
All right, Ivor. I know I bet on Luke. How much did you pay him to lose?
That was just that's just a good old-fashioned blunder.
A good old-fashioned blunder indeed. Throwing away all of your rhinos just to get a battle lab. This early in the game, when you don't have defenses, you don't have a radar, like Ed was mentioning. If you're gonna, you know, defend a counterattack like that, you definitely want a radar. And yeah, that's how you throw a game right there.
Huh.
Luke is just getting
those
warmed
are
up, guys. Luke is
Some
just
of
getting
those,
warmed up.
yeah, he just had a whole series.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the overcommitting times, you know, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't work in your favor. That's definitely one of those times where you look back to it like, fuck, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's all you can say after that is, whoops.
Whoop.
Yeah, very, 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 very unexpected there. Yeah, very, very strange. Very, very strange.
Fascinating decision making there. Yeah. Okay. So that was Luke giving Osama 1 free point because he knows he can beat him so easily. He doesn't wanna, he wants to make it interesting. So he's letting Osama get overconfident. But clearly, since Ivor's always wrong, Luke is gonna win this next one easily. Observers, please leave. It's lagging. Ivor, last time the Discord stream didn't work out very well. Your stream
No, the
started
Discord
lagging.
didn't work. Let's just try this. Yeah, Osama, the fuck? Dude, Osama, you have terrible internet. We know this. You always lag. Quit it. Let's just see if we can find one. Yeah, Osama, dude, you never load. You've already disconnected from a game today. Really? Am I ruffling your feathers by saying that you lag? Your nickname was the Lag Dragon for years. Like, come on, Osama. Let's see this. Let's test this out. Yeah.
Player defeated.
Yeah, the Discord stream. Yeah, the Discord stream didn't work. So let's see. Let's just see if we can find a tunnel. I mean, we still haven't quite stretched out our options. I think there's a few tunnels to try.
Ed leave. Why does he? I mean,
I can try. I mean, if it. Is it
I
lag
just don't think. Yeah, I don't think it's us. Should I leave as well?
I don't know. Let's see. Let's just see. I mean, the thing was that now that is like that one was already looked smooth before Ed left. Now, so it's like Osama's just trying to. Yeah, I mean, they're just trying to make. Well, you know how this goes.
Yeah. Good.
Luke says no.
Okay. Luke is not happy. Luke is not.
This
happy.
is pretty.
Oh no! Osama wrote in the chat. I haven't lagged since 3 years almost.
Is that what he said?
Osama, he literally disconnected from a game today. Like literally, his just connection dropped off in the middle of the game.
How's it looking, Ivor?
Defeated.
I don't know. It looks totally normal to me.
Is Luke happy? Or is,
Yeah, the problem is that now these guys are gonna. The problem is that you have someone lagging, so now they're gonna say this. Now they're gonna do.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It sucks to play with a little bit of lag, you know. But I feel like Luke maybe just pushing that one a little too much just because he threw that.
Well,
game.
that's the problem. Is that once a player,
Blaming it on the lag.
yeah, if both players won, then we'd be able to sort it out with level heads. But
I feel like me, you, and Ed won this tournament. We should split the cash between us.
yeah, we're the real winners. I DC'd in the game, not the lobby. Yeah, it means you have shit internet. Okay. I don't even know what other tunnels to try. Now we have to. Oh yeah, DE clan server.
That works sometimes. CNCnet Europe you tried, right? The classic EU.
No, I don't think I have tried. There's 150 players on it though.
Oh, that's a lot. So yeah, try the DE clan servers. They're decent for sure. 150 players out of 250.
Osama blaming Luke.
Yeah. But yeah, this is one of the many things, we talked about people coming to this game, people getting excited, new streamers, new programmers, new players, all these things, and it's like there's a lot stacked against us, boys. It's a tough battle around here when you can't even hardly get games working with a lot of players. It's unfortunate, and then obviously all the blame and stuff. All right, let's see. Luke already saying WTF. It's like, dude, you gotta at least build a dog. We all know that it can sort out early. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
life
yeah,
is tough. That's right. Wait, John.
Spikes. There's these tiny little annoying spikes. Looks smooth.
Don't worry,
though.
guys. Don't worry, guys. One of these days, Red Bull is going to call and say, "I'm just gonna host LAN tournaments from here on out for you guys."
Yeah, imagine that. Imagine once we start running our
Fly
in-person.
everyone in.
Once we start running our in-person Red Bull tournaments, this will all be fixed.
Player defeated.
Yeah, it's like Rambo does it. Why can't we?
Rambo has LAN tournaments, really?
Dude, yeah, they ended up doing a LAN tournament not too long ago. I don't know how many they've done, but I know for sure they've done at least one where all of these guys got together.
Oh,
Oh, that's so cool.
I saw that they like had a big like auditorium. I think they were playing like free for all games or something. It was pretty funny. But they had like a crowd full of people cheering and stuff. Crazy. China running
Yeah,
circles
dude.
around us.
Red Alert 2 is at a different level in China, dude.
Yeah, the popularity of the game there is very different. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh,
Was it?
yeah,
I know it was Taiwan, but did China also have it back in the day when you would buy a PC? Red Alert 2 was already installed on your PC.
What? That's
I know it was Thailand. Thailand had that for sure. I think
They were
someone
just
said
giving Red Alert 2 out. They're like, "Oh, we don't live in America. We don't care what EA says." They just start giving it preloading it on all their computers. That's awesome.
Tech building captured. Player defeated.
All right. It's also kind of weird that there's never just like a random tunnel that works. Like presumably, I don't know. I know so little about the tunnels. It's like I might as well, if someone said we need to sacrifice a frog to the leg gods, I'd be like, makes sense to me. I don't know. These look okay.
this looks good.
Those look like happy dogs.
Dare to say delay. Oh, sounds like daring him. I dare you to say that there's a lag issue.
Well, a couple little spikes there, but I mean,
Let's go with this one. All right.
Okay.
Apparently, we found our tunnel.
All right, boys. Keep it positive. Keep your heads on a swivel.
Europe.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, CNC Europe. Oh, after all that wasn't very hard to find. Okay. That's kind of amazing with that many people on it. God, the CNC. Okay. Yeah. So I found someone. The whole thing is trying to build a tunnel to not lag with Chinese players. We need like someone in China to make the tunnel, and they like control their internet. So you have to have someone who's like a registered Chinese citizen. And I found someone on Fiverr where you can like hire freelancers. It was just like a web developer. And I'm like, hey, can I pay you every month to set up a ladder or a server so that we can play this game? And they the guy was like, yeah, for sure. And he like gave me a price. And I'm like, oh, that's not bad, like $50 a month. And then Hotwire, who was helping me set it up, he's like, dude, you need like 100 times more data than this. Like it was like 1 megabyte, and it was like we need 100. Oh my god.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Oh boy.
All right, you two leave. Let's see it.
Okay.
Some good news, Ivor.
It is better. It does seem better, but the thing is, we've seen this. I saw this in Osama's game before too, where it's just coming in spikes. But this, I don't know. I think we'll have to run this without, but I can't stream to you guys either, so I don't know. What a sad experience. World Cup finals? There should be no sadness. It should be happy. But yeah, I guess this is better.
All right. You got it, Ivor.
Battle control terminated.
We believe in you. We'll be watching from stream and enjoying.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
You guys
I'm gonna
watch on
go
the
make
stream.
myself some coffee. All right.
All right, yeah.
I'll talk to you guys later.
All right.
See ya.
Peace.
All right. Snark, you're the one with the green ping. Kicking the only guy with the green ping. Sad. Okay, here we go.
Tech building captured.
Cross your fingers, guys. Cross your fingers. All right, not test. Here we go. Point number 2. How we feeling, guys? How we feeling? What do you think, Snark? Can we pull a victory from the jaws of defeat? I'm talking about our energy levels. What do you think? Oh, we don't even have Snark in the audio? Snark, you could have stayed in the audio. Oh, no. I thought Snark was going to stay on audio. Now I'm all alone? This is what? So here's the consolation prize. Oh, it's not going to lag, but you're going to be all alone.
Oh, no, sorry. I didn't realize you want me in the audio.
I want you on audio still. Oh, the lag. It's still here. Snark, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Oh, God. This is... this is next level frustrating, man. What can we do?
It's a great question. That's a great question. Let's see. Let's keep our fingers crossed. This is yeah. It was we saw almost this exact same leg in Osama's game versus Drunk. Yeah, spin the wheel. We could spin the wheel. Wow. Crazy. So Snark, I'm rewatching Lord of the Rings, and what a film. What do you know about Lord of the Rings? When was the last time you watched it?
Been a while. It's been a while, but they managed to sell epicness in a way that no one else has.
It's kind of amazing to watch it now and realize that it's 20 years old, you know?
That's crazy. That is just crazy.
I mean, it's so old, and it's kind of, and like the way that they it's kind of, I didn't realize like how much, you kind of forget like the books specifically, obviously being so much older, really set the precedence for so much modern fantasy. Like, I forget that like it's the original Horcrux. Like, Harry Potter is so derivative of Lord of the Rings. When it first came out when I was young, I didn't appreciate it. Really a beautiful work of art. First engagement here in the center. Osama going Grizzlies. Luke has a little bit more of a diverse portfolio. Maybe too many IFVs in this group. Going to need to run. He's got like IFVs. Osama's got Grizzlies with Rockies now. And now going to dive on the MCV. And if Luke loses this game, we are going to be in a very precarious situation because Luke is going to freak out about the leg. And I think that's...
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings is crap. Lord of the Rings, J.R. Tolkien, he invented orcs. He invented the foundation of modern day fantasy. To say that Lord of the Rings is crap is to say that modern fantasy is crap. Do you like elves? Do you like orcs? Do you like wizards? Well, he didn't invent wizards, but... Okay, Luke gonna go for a counter punch here.
What can we get done?
Yeah, Luke is going to be so pissed if he loses this game. And you hate to see it here in the World Cup Finals. A laggy game like this, it's frustrating for the players, frustrating for the viewers. It's unfortunate. It's an unfortunate series of events. Elite IFB on the top side going at the power plant. Yeah, I mean, Luke down in MCV now. He's got the AFC, he's got the Barracks, he's got the War Factory, so he's able to pump a little bit, but not for very long. Oh, the Elite IFB on the backside gets the AFC. Luke, an Elite IFB in the hands of Luke is a nasty thing. Almost gets that War Factory, but doesn't.
Question is, can he get anything done from here?
Yeah, and now this, and I like, and Osama goes Service Depot. He's like, in case he gets lucky and gets my MCV, I'm gonna have a Service Depot. So Osama playing this one very, very tight.
Yeah, not taking any risks. Interesting how early value he got there. What?
Yeah, I know. Like, yeah, Luke was doing that thing where he was like gearing up IFVs, and Osama just blew down the middle. And now scrapping on the bottom side, but Luke's just not going to find a way to crack this shell, and Osama knows that if he can hold, he's going to win because he's up in MCV. And Luke's going to quit and to be very, very upset. Yeah, that Elite IFV would need to do a little bit more for Luke. That was kind of the only thing he had going for him, and even now he's just outgunned. I mean, he's just again out tanked. There's too many IFVs to deal with the Rocketeers, and now Osama coming down.
Gotta be frustrating. Gotta be frustrating.
Yeah. Unfortunate series of events. You know what I like about the World Cup, though, Snark? We get 3 tries. We get 3 tries. We get Red Alert 2, we get Blitz, and we get Yuri's Revenge. So we only need one of them to really be epic, you know? Even that alone, I think, is enough to be excited about. So Luke holds that. Doesn't matter, because Osama's on 4 War Factories and a Service Depot.
Yeah, Osama could like send his tanks in one at a time, lose them all, and still win this.
Yeah, Luke trying to split things up, not gonna matter. Luke goes bottom side. Yeah, I mean a cool box alone.
Player defeated.
All right. Well, I think Luke's about to say that he's not gonna play with the lag. I think that's what we're about to hear.
Yeah, probably. Flip side, all the other games were fully epic.
We had some great games today, Snark. It's like you said, man, there was a lot to be happy about. You can't let the bad stuff get you down. There was a lot of things to be happy about. A lot of things to be happy about. This game was not one of them. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. Let's try the DE. Wait, what did I saw Drunk Master said the DE clan server 3 is good?
Does Worm's Rules exist anymore?
Does what?
Worm's Rules exist.
Yeah, that's what we were on originally with Osama. It didn't work.
Try to think Egypt.
This clan server just showed a good.
Come on, clan server. Come on.
I think UK London is better sometimes. Okay.
UK London, interesting. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's all about those intercontinental underwater cables. What's connected to what and how fast?
Defeated.
Luke says no need to test. It's always lagging and then quit. Cool. Cool.
Okay, I suppose he's accepted it, which means he's gonna convert it now, and he's got a plan, and he's gonna take the series, right?
Yeah. I think that's the idea, Snark. I think so. Yeah. It's oh my gosh, no, we're not even Snark, I can't handle it anymore. My poor heart's gonna break.
It gets better and better.
Luke, please leave the Twitch chat. Thank you.
Players' reactions to these situations is always so interesting, right? You'll have all different types reacting in different ways.
I think the player the player who jumps over to the Twitch chat pissed off is like a certain kind of player for sure.
Have like the passive aggressive ones. Who are like, yeah, whatever, it all sucks. Anyway, you know. And then you'll have the like super angry ones, and then you have the ones who just don't say a word, you know. Keep trying, completely silent.
Yep. I mean, well, I think the ones who don't, it's just kind of like, it's like, oh, it's lagging, or it's like, or like when the game bugs or whatever. It's like, yeah, man, it's a fucking, we got an old ass game, bunch of laggy players playing all over the world. Like, it's just, I guess the thing is, this is just how it is, you know? And it's just, the only word for it is really, really unfortunate. But I think, you know, for so long for Red Alert 2, for me, I kind of had these like big ideas. Oh, this dog camp in the barracks. Oh my god. I always had these big ideas of like, well, if we had like a steady top of the, if we had a player base, and if we could sort the connections, and if we could balance these things in the game. It's like there's too many ifs. There's too many ifs for old Red Alert 2. And we're working against a lot of them today, as you can see with these the leg, which again is, to Luke's credit, it's very, very frustrating. Okay, here we go. Luke. So the GIs are in. Luke's rhinos are out. The GIs, we've seen the GIs on this map all day today, kind of the keys to victory. So far, Osama not really able to micro these GIs. He's a little too busy trying to defend himself.
Yeah.
Okay. What is... There's like a humming on this map. What is that humming sound, I wonder? I wonder if it's this building in the middle giving that. When there's lag and it's like going a little slower, you get the time to really appreciate things. Like there's a bit of a hum on this map. Okay. So the GI is completely stuffed here. Luke, oh my god, the lag is so bad. Oh man. Wow. Okay. And I think, you know, the thing is, you guys have to understand, as a viewer, our lag is much less. You feel it much less. So to you guys, maybe it looks like it's just skipping a little bit. But to a player, that means like when you're giving instructions to your units, they don't perform them quickly. And it's a keyboard breaker. It's a keyboard breaker for sure. Sniper IFV out now for Osama. Osama now putting himself broke. Talked about this going a little too early into the Eagles and the snipers. Luke, it's funny because Luke wants to win so bad to put it in Osama's face, but at the same time, the lag's really bad, and also Osama's actually playing good, so it's like he can't just like bulldoze through. Like, he has to play this really, really well. And Luke takes a big engagement in the center here. I think he was outgunned. Not terrible for the moment, but it's a lot of standing Grizzlies now for Luke. Okay. Wow, and Osama doesn't counterpunch. He's got the Battle Lab out. He's got the Eagles out, and this is just not going to go good for Luke. He does get that, so he loses that barracks, but right before he got the War Factory down, so it didn't cancel out the build. But now we have a base walk.
It's tech, right?
No tech, yeah, no tech for Luke, and now a base walk, a cannon in his face from Osama. Oh, the Psychic Amplifier has a hum to it, Prostate Pirate says. Okay, good to know. Luke gets downfield, grabs an oil. He's trying to fight fire with fire. Don't think he has the army for this, though. There's just too many Mirage tanks. He doesn't have a Deso Bomb. And that's going to be the game. And, yeah, you know, I think it can be fun to watch good games. You know, just like medium bad games kind of suck. It's also kind of fun to be like, wow, I was there live for the worst World Cup finals ever. You know what I mean, Snark? Like, we lived this.
Yeah.
When your grandkids ask you, where were you for the 3-0 blowout World Cup finals? You can say, I was there.
I was there. Casting in a delay.
Yeah. Watching on a delay. Like, the game could be over. You wouldn't even know. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Just when I think I've lowered my bar, I've lowered my expectations appropriately, you know, something like this happens, and you can think, wow, what is the point? So, Osama takes it home in the most interesting fashion of all time. We had a couple good games today, Snark.
We had quite a few phenomenal games. Phenomenal series.
Did have some good games. Snark, buddy, thanks for hanging out and helping me stay sane. I don't want to imagine what would have happened if you hadn't have been here on audio, and I could have spiraled fully.
It's my pleasure, man. Always fun hanging out with you, man.
All right, thanks for hanging out. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate. You know, it's hard because we love Red Alert 2. There's a lot of people who love Red Alert 2. It's a really old game. It meant a lot to a lot of people for a long time. So there's this like deep love for it. You know, like that high school, you got like your high school friend and you're like, nah, man, he's a good guy. And it's like, dude, he's not a good guy. You just really liked him from high school, and now you're trying to make up for him. I think Red Alert 2 is kind of like that. We all love Red Alert 2 because of how great it was, you know, throughout our lives, and we want it to be more than that. And maybe Red Alert 2 just isn't more. It's just the game that you play for fun, you know? 4v4, crates on, gems only, no rush. Maybe that is Red Alert 2 at its finest. I'm taking a turn towards negative town, boys. I'm trying to say Q posit negative mental attitude. Fight fire with fire. I think that's the only way to get through this. But anyway, those of you guys who hung out through this, we did have some good games today. I appreciate you. We are going to try to snatch a victory from the jaws of defeat in terms of our morale come Red Alert 2 and Yuri's Revenge World Cups. Those tend to be a little bit spicier anyway. I think Blitz is fun. Blitz, I mean, obviously I made the Blitz mod. I'm a little bit biased. I enjoy the Blitz games, but when it comes to the very, very top players, it's fun to watch them play the mode that they play the most. So we'll get Yuri's Revenge. We'll get Red Alert 2 going. A handful of some of the same guys in there. Osama's supposed to be in both of them. Might have to rethink that. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Thanks for hanging out. We will see you next time. Yeah, we're going to try to run those games. I don't have them set yet. Probably won't be till January, to be realistic. So enjoy the winter. Enjoy the holidays. Big shout out to Marco, Drunk, Luke, Osama, Cold, Abdo. GG's. Thanks for hanging out, guys. See you later.